Hello, welcome to Not So Lonely Nights. I am your host, Eridon, and tonight we'll be playing some more ReZero. Why is the webcam... Webcam was working just a second ago. It's... Oh... I feel like nothing I do is gonna fix this webcam. I don't even know what just happened. The camera just flew off of my screen, so we'll have to go without one.
Loading!
Nothing I do seems to work.
For now, let's get our things from the inn and go meet with Mealy.
As long as the microphone works, that's fine.
So you have returned, Barasu.
Oh, it's Rom.
You look like a nitwit. I knew you would be fooling around in the royal capital, but you should be mindful of how you appear to others. Even someone like you was deemed worthy to serve Lord Roswell. You represent him here, yet you carry yourself so... despicable.
Well, I was gonna have the fan on, but I think it's too noisy. So, just hit some more of the dialogue there. But where we left off in our flowchart, we are at the beginning of day 6 in loop 4. So we died on day 3. In loop 2, we made it to day 6. And in loop 1, I think we died on day 7? No, we made it all the way to day 9. So we're between the points of things starting to go really, really wrong. Also, you may hear a silly Bab in the background. She is running around full of energy, covered in rice.
She's cleaned off, but she's just in a diaper and her willies.
Okay, so she's wearing rain boots and a diaper and nothing else.
I'm being insulted already? Wait, Rom, you're...
Sister! So you already arrived? Yes, a little while ago. You were not here to meet us, so I became worried, Rem. I apologize, sister. We had some business to attend to.
Which... I think we were still at the... What about the meetup? Yeah, so we were still at the meetup. Oh! Right, because I was helping the little girl that was lost. The lost girl reunites while crying. Oh, so I could have succeeded while she was upset. Why would I want that?
It's quite all right, Rem. Come, let me give you a hug. Yes!
What beautiful sisterly love. But that aside, I guess we didn't make it on time, huh? Wait, then that means...
Hello, Subaru, I'm here as well. There is no need to worry about me.
His English voice actor, he's trying his best. There's just nothing to the Japanese voice actor for him.
I wasn't. No way I would be. I knew you'd be here. I'm more worried about...
Subaru?
Ah, that sweet, charming voice. Mealy!
What are you going on about now?
Oh boy. Well, they're all here
Looks
now,
like the
so-
gang's all here.
Yep, seems like it.
Guess we're
Though
gonna
I
solve
feel
the
bad that
mystery.
Betty isn't with us.
I mean... Rom is kind of boyish, I guess. So we've got a Scooby gang. We even have the cute animal mascot.
Oh, right. Couldn't you have brought Beiko along? It's not good leaving a little girl at home alone. If robbers break in and Beiko starts setting up all kinds of traps to toy with them, it'll be just like a Christmas movie.
Did we really just make a Home Alone reference?
Christmas? I don't know what that is, but the manor will be fine. We asked the people of Harlem to look after it while we're away.
All we can do now is hope that Miss Beatrice does not lose her temper and throw a fit. Though she does usually stay in the library. Or rather, shuts herself in there. So we do not need to worry about her.
Why'd you say it like that? Saying she's a shut-in makes it sound way worse, you know.
Regardless,
it's
good
fine.
work, you two. Thanks to your update on the situation, we are well informed of the goings-on here. While it may have been a burden on Miss Amelia, it was imperative we moved swiftly.
No, it's quite
Yeah.
all right. After all, I'm very much involved in this. So, there's a 6th candidate, correct? I read Rem's letter. I was surprised that not only did a 6th candidate appear, but the girl from that one incident is among the royal candidates as well.
One incident. Oh, Felt. Why do I even make commentary? This game always says exactly what I'm about to say. Felt had stolen Amelia's dragon insignia in the royal capital, and my struggle in getting it back was the backstory of how I met Amelia.
Thinking back on it makes me realize that Felt acted like Cupid and brought Mealy and me together. I should thank her for that next time we meet.
Thank her? Wouldn't that be very strange?
Amelia tilts her head, her brows furrowed in curiosity, but there's something I need to ask her instead of focusing on her cute expression. So,
By the way, Mealy, did anything strange happen on the way here?
Anything strange? Like what?
That's, well, you know. Like, did you fight a group of bandits off? Help any traitors?
Those are oddly specific examples, but no. Nothing like that happened.
so no dusk bandits.
Really?
I don't know why you don't believe her, Subaru, but it was a peaceful trip. Nothing happened at all. It was so boring. I ended up falling asleep.
Peaceful. Nothing happened.
Hearing that from Amelia and Puck puts my mind at ease, though it is still surprising. I'd been wondering what would happen if we didn't cross paths, but it seems the Dusk Bandits' attack shifted. I don't know how related that is to us finding the spy at the mansion, but...
It would have been real bad if Mealy just went about defeating the bandits. Her cute face would be known all over in that case.
Putting Barusu's ramblings aside, Rem, could you explain what has been going on in detail?
Yes, sister. As stated in the letter, the reason the royal selection has been delayed was revealed to us at the meeting in the royal castle. It became clear that there exists a 6th candidate, despite the prophecy stating there should only be 5.
A 6th candidate as opposed to the Dragonstone's prophecy. Yes, I can picture the chaos that must have erupted at the royal castle. The Dragonstone is the pinnacle of the kingdom's history, after all. It foretells of many plights the kingdom will face, and the kingdom is very reliant on its revelations.
The castle seems to be in a tight spot. The way they postponed the royal selection in such a hurry just goes to show how much they're panicking.
But it seems like But it seems like that isn't the only goal the Council of Wise Men have.
I am sure they are more interested in seeing how we will respond. Should anyone be unsurprised after hearing the news, that person might know more than they are letting on. They want to ensure they know why that is, whether it be a careless leak of information, or if one of the candidates turns out to be an imposter. Whether it be an imposter or some obvious fool, either way the odds are in our favor.
Whoa, great insight, Rom Rom.
But they couldn't figure out who the imposter is. That was the consensus after yesterday's meeting, right?
Yep.
If they already knew everything yesterday, they shouldn't have needed to call us here like this. Indeed. Nobody showed any particularly suspicious behavior during the meeting. Rem and Subaru spoke directly with each of the candidates afterward and tried to ascertain who the imposter may be.
Good work, Rem. I am proud of you for acting so promptly.
It was all at Subaru's behest.
What a waste of praise.
Just let me have this! It doesn't matter who made it, a good suggestion is still a good suggestion!
I do love Rom's picking on Subaru.
Huh.
Rem scoffs at me. Wait, Rem? I think that was a typo. Rom scoffs at me, her eyes filled with contempt.
Rem, please continue.
Yes. Subaru and Rem visited the royal candidates to speak with them. However, we are unsure who the imposter is.
Well, there's no helping that. If the answer were so easy to find, they wouldn't be hiding their true intent to start with.
That's true. When we finished talking to them, none of them really felt suspicious to me.
You traitor.
You sure jumped to that conclusion fast.
It's true that I don't want to doubt anyone. I'd just like for everyone to get along.
The kindness Leah shows makes me a proud parent. But I do think that'd be pretty difficult. If there's 6 instead of 5, then someone among them is definitely an imposter.
You know, I'm pretty sure they wrote this before Among Us exploded in popularity, but it's just way too easy to make Among Us jokes through all of this.
What a blunt cat you are.
Well, someone has to say it.
Puck's casual way of saying things makes things seem less serious than they are. But it's just like he said, we can't keep sticking our heads in the ground.
And you have more to tell us, no?
Ram?
How slow of you. I speak of the man mentioned in the letter, the one interfering with the royal selection.
From what we've heard, you and Rem aided some of the other camps and repelled him.
Right. You wrote that you had been attacked, so I got really worried. Rem said in the letter that you didn't get hurt, but...
But?
Well, you always do such reckless things. So I thought you might have hidden some of your injuries from Rem.
You trust me that little? We're taking this really seriously. Right, Rem?
Yes. Concerning Subaru's injuries, I checked his body while he was sleeping, so there is no need to worry.
That's really creepy.
See? Even Rem... Wait, you did what while I slept?
So please be at ease, Miss Amelia.
Rem? Hey, Rem! Come on, don't ignore me.
Okay. I mean, that's some level of, dedication?
So someone is plotting to disrupt the royal selection. While not completely unexpected, it seems the plot is thickening in a rather intriguing way.
Could it be at the hands of the imposter?
Intriguing.
Lying about something like that. Meddling in others' affairs. What is the imposter trying to do?
I'm sure they want to become the next ruler for some selfish means. Like living in the lap of luxury or something.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason to be a ruler.
Perhaps that is putting it mildly, but I would not doubt that it is exactly as the Great Spirit says. At any rate, they are insurrectionists. They are trying to throw the kingdom into chaos, so we cannot allow them to do as they please. We should deal with them as thoroughly as possible.
When you say it like that, it sounds like we won't let even their ashes remain.
And we
That
shouldn't.
is part of what makes sisters so wonderful. I don't know if we want to be quite that thorough, but we need to work hard to expose their imposter. Because if we don't find them, the royal selection will continue to be postponed, correct?
It would be difficult to imagine such proceedings to resume with these concerns remaining.
I thought so. Hey, Subaru?
I mean, why not just
What about the other candidates? You said you met with them all, right?
Why not just, you know, do the royal selection as normal anyway? I mean, you've got a 5 out of 6 chance of getting somebody legit. Huh?
Are you asking me what I think about them?
Yes. Let's see. The only candidates I've had contact with are Crochet and Anastasia. Though I only had a brief meeting with her. I've never spoken to Priscilla. I've only ever observed her from a distance.
I actually didn't know Amelia had seen Anastasia. Amelia cast her eyes down. It makes me recall the loop in which we encountered Priscilla at the Oppa stall. Based on that interaction, I already know how uncomfortable it is for Amelia to engage with her.
Now that I think about it, can anyone actually hold their own against her? Even Hal has a hard time.
She wouldn't let anyone take the reins from her, and she'd behead anyone who even thought of it. That's the honest impression she left on me, anyway.
The other candidate is Felt, right? The one Reinhardt had taken in.
The one who led Miss Amelia to meeting the stray Barusu.
Don't make it sound like I was some abandoned animal.
But you kind of were?
At least animals are cute. Do not let your conceit get the better of you.
But, sister, Subaru is cute as well.
Yes, yes. Now then, in addition to Miss Felt, the last candidate is...
Melty.
Miss Melty. She is a nun from the Transcendent Dragon Church.
She has a gentle demeanor and is easy to talk to. She's definitely not the type to pull something like this off.
All right then. I guess I'd like to talk to all of them, especially those I've had little contact with.
Saying this, Amelia burns with an urge to see the candidates she'd yet to meet, Felt and Melty. From what I could tell, those two didn't seem to be against Amelia in any way. Well, even in the other loops, Amelia generally had an easy time getting along with the other candidates. All except for Priscilla, of course.
Lord Roswell, is something the matter?
No. What you said just piqued my interest. If you could go into more detail about your impressions, that would be beneficial for us.
Do you mean mine? I don't mind, but
At Roswell's request, I think deeply for a moment before going over my thoughts on each of the royal candidates' camps.
first, I don't think Felt is the fake.
And why is that? Do not tell me you favor her, Barisu.
Well, if someone's going to lie their way to the throne, why would someone from the slums with barely any chance of winning do that? There'd be no point.
I see. That is quite a reasonable deduction.
As for Cruce, she willingly accepted to help heal me, and she's incredibly interested in building up good relations with us. From what I hear, she's the favored candidate. She'd want to compete fair and square in that case. I don't think she'd pull off something as shady as this and risk being the target of suspicion. She doesn't seem like the type to be so underhanded.
That last bit seemed more like your opinion than fact.
Quiet, you.
Based on their upbringings, I think the chances of Felt or Cruce being the imposter are low. Though they may be in stark contrast with each other, I'm confident about that.
When it comes to Anastasia, well...
Huh? What about Anastasia?
I'm hard-pressed for an answer with everyone's inquisitive gazes on me. In my mind, the chances of her being the fake are low, too. The reason I think that is because of Wolf. In one loop, he'd attacked Anastasia and me. His intent to kill us back then felt all too genuine. In other words, because she was targeted by someone trying to interfere with the royal selection, she definitely can't be Wolf's employer. But that's only something I can remember. You did bring it up in this one. I've returned by death so many times that past is non-existent now. That means I don't have a solid claim as to why I don't suspect her. That's why.
For now, my suspicions about her are thin. We're moving toward building up our relations, after all.
How dubious. Barisu, are you planning on joining another faction? Is she bribing you?
What? No way! Why are you desperately pining for me to betray you? Do I really seem like that kind of guy?
Yes.
Ron, don't tease Subaru so much. He's working really hard for us, so you should trust him more.
Mealy.
It's true that Anastasia employs the fluffy ones that Subaru is so drawn to. But still...
Mealy?
Hang on, I can't just ignore that. Subaru, cheating on someone like that isn't nice.
But you don't let me pet you enough.
Of course not. I'm Leah's cute little spirit, after all. I don't come cheap. Huh, I say.
Subaru, I know you are disappointed, but please don't get too upset over it.
Wow. Amelia's eyes show me great pity after Puck gives me the cold shoulder. Why did this have to happen to me?
Regardless, let us put visiting Miss Anastasia on hold for now. That would leave us with the other two camps.
In place of Subaru, I offer you my report. However, I do have my doubts that Miss Priscilla is the imposter.
Is that because you wrote that she had been targeted by the assassin as well?
Yes. Miss Priscilla's knight, Sir Al, also cooperated with Rem to fend off the enemy. I believe there is no mistake in my assumption.
Yeah, that's right. So that removes Priscilla from the list of the fake candidates too. That just leaves Melty.
I recall Melty's gracious smile and try my best to describe her. She's a nun from the Transcendent Dragon Church who gives a voice to the weak. She doesn't like conflict and is incredibly passionate, gets along well with Tiga, and
what?
Subaru?
I see Amelia's long eyelashes tremble. I don't have an answer for those concerned eyes of hers. Up till now, I put a lot of thought and deductive reasoning to weed out potential imposters. That was before I met up with Amelia and the others here. But after presenting my impressions like this, I realized something. Why do I not suspect Melty? I thought endlessly on how to expose the fake candidate out of everyone but Amelia. All my explanations have had little room to doubt. Everything follows some stream of logic to get to my conclusions, and yet...
I don't suspect Melty, even though I have good reason to.
She's a good girl, there's no mistaking that. She's kind, that's not a lie. So she's real, that logic doesn't check out at all.
Melty is...
Miss Melty is what?
I don't really know. I don't doubt the goodness that's in her heart anyway.
Barasu, you...
Latching onto my inarticulate words, Rom looks like she's about to chew me out, but...
I understand. Subaru, thank you for all you've done.
Mealy?
You and Rem worked incredibly hard, so I'm sure you're very tired. We only just arrived, so I don't think we should pester you anymore.
That's right. To be quite frank, you did far more than I expected, you two. For the time being, since we've been summoned to the royal capital, we should prepare to be called to the royal castle at any moment.
Yes, that's right. Subaru, Rem, thank you so much. I'll handle things from here on. So please lend me your support.
Yeah, of course.
We about to get dismissed, and so ended our meeting with Amelia and the others. United once again, we harden our resolve to compete with all we've got in the royal selection. But an inexhaustible doubt still swirls around in my head. The royal selection, the interloper, the witch cult. To save Amelia, Rem, and everyone else, and greet a tomorrow where we all smile together. Who exactly will I need to fight in order to do that? Miss Melty. Sorry, Miss Melty.
Let's jot that down.
The 6th camp. Thinking back, Melty and her camp were a pretty strange group. They're the 6th camp participating in the royal selection, supposedly represented by the Transcendent Dragon Church. They were the last to reveal themselves and volunteered to be the emissaries to Roswall Manor before the announcement of the delay. That led to our fateful encounter with Tiga and Sakura. After that, we met again in the royal capital, and at the meeting in the royal castle we learned about the existence of Melty and the fact that Tiga was her knight.
But I don't know anything else.
That's it.
If I don't know anything, then I'll go and find out.
That's a very...
That's why I'm thinking of putting Melty and her camp under the microscope.
Microscope?
I tell Amelia this right after waking up, and she tilts her head at the unfamiliar word.
I don't know what a microscope is. But are you okay, Subaru?
What do you mean?
You were working all day yesterday, right? You seemed to be lost in thought at the end of our conversation.
In other words, Miss Amelia is wondering if you could stop being so incompetent and useless, Barasu.
Rom, I never said anything so harsh.
Well, I'll just take that as one of Rom Rom's typical scoldings. Anyway, don't worry about me. In fact, I wouldn't want anything decisive to happen while I'm lounging about like this. I'd hate not being involved in any major events that'll happen around Mealy from here on out.
So that if I die, I can be ready for them.
Subaru.
This may not be the best way to say it, but you want to spy on Leah constantly, right?
Come on, at least call me a stalker.
Isn't that worse?
But that means I'm doing it more out of love, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, Subaru. I
Yes,
guess...
yes, let's settle down now. I completely understand Subaru's opinion, as well as Miss Amelia's worries. In response, my proposal is rather simple. To solve both your issues in one fell swoop, I have a rather magical solution.
Really? That's
What is
amazing.
that?
A magical solution? Hang on, Roswell. Don't tell me it's...
Amelia's eyes shimmer in anticipation, but all I get is a bad feeling. Roswell nods at us.
While you're here, Miss Amelia, you should spend the day with Subaru.
Oh.
I gave in and accepted it in the end, but...
Subaru, is something wrong?
The two companions I've accompanied stand before me as I rack my brain. Amelia and Rem, it makes me happy holding such flowers in my hands, but...
My anxiety's just as high as my excitement.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you that unsatisfied having me around?
I'm not unsatisfied. Not at all. Just the opposite, actually. I'd love to be by your side for all eternity, within the boundaries of the law. But coming all the way to the royal capital like this, is it really okay for you to not go greet people at the royal castle?
Don't make me repeat myself. It'll just shock them if I show up out of the blue. Besides,
Lord Roswell and sister already headed to the royal castle ahead of us. It seems that with the royal selection having been postponed, the Council of Wise Men are concocting various methods of dealing with the situation. In the meantime, we must quietly await the announcement of their findings.
The Council of Wise Men's methods, huh?
Unfortunately, I don't trust the Council of Wise Men like Rem does. They're the kind who'd force Amelia to undergo what's basically an impeachment trial under the guise of questioning. I can't see them conducting an honest investigation at all. Oh, that sounds familiar. That means...
We have to expose the fake ourselves.
so then, what are we going to do today?
About that. I was thinking of going to Melty's.
Hold on, Subaru. I was asking Rem that, not you.
Huh? Why's that?
Don't lie me, mister. Rem, tell him.
Oh, he's going to Cruchet's.
Of course. Subaru, it is wonderful that you are so eager to expose the imposter and have the royal selection proceed as usual. However, before seeing Miss Melty, you must comply with your own daily task.
My daily task? Wait.
That is right.
Oh, no, calm down, Rem. I understand what you're saying, but isn't this an emergency situation? Under such conditions, you sometimes need to make decisions that might differ from conventional.
Not so fast.
It is futile.
Wait a second!
Uh-oh.
I was just going to Melty's. What? You're so strong! I can't pull myself away!
Rem understands how painful it is. Watching you suffer like that truly hurts Rem's heart. But Rem will be there with you.
Wait!
Don't leave me behind, you two! Oh, you're both so impatient.
Subaru isn't trying to go to Cruchet's.
All my hard work for nothing.
What was that? What you said is quite strange.
Oh, sorry. Just airing out some of my sorrow.
Calling all that sorrowful is rude. That really hurts. Harry's working so hard. I'm sorry, Ferris. Subaru, don't say things like that.
Don't be fooled, Mealy. Those are fake tears.
Boo-hoo! How can you
Oh,
say that?
Ferris.
Look how Ferris is weeping buckets.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Aren't you all an energetic bunch? Rem, are they always like this?
Yes. Ever since Subaru arrived at the manor, things have been very lively.
Is that so? That must be part of Subaru Natsuki's character.
Wait. If you say something like that, Subaru will just get carried away with himself.
You should pamper me more, Mealy.
Aww. As I grumble, Amelia and Cruchet talk about recent events that have happened while we've been away from the capital. It makes me feel better seeing how similar this loop is compared to the others where Amelia was forming good relations with all the candidates. All those memories that are now lost to time, memories only I can remember. Memories that not everything has been completely useless.
Still, we're in quite a difficult position. To think there would be an imposter among the royal candidates.
It is rather troubling. Not to mention the demeanor of the Council of Wise Men yesterday. It really annoyed me.
Yesterday? What happened?
Well, we were called to the royal castle. There, I was questioned under the pretense of trying to uncover the identity of the imposter.
So they questioned you too, Cruchet?
You seem surprised, Subaru Natsuki. As a royal candidate, it is only natural that I am under suspicion.
Well, yeah, according to theory. But I still didn't expect it'd happen to you.
I can't hide my surprise that Cruchet had been questioned. Both Amelia and Felt were questioned at the castle too. However, it was much more akin to an interrogation, like some sort of witch hunt. Apt phrase. I totally thought that the Council of Wise Men were trying to brand Amelia as the imposter under the ruse of trying to expose the fake.
I guess they need to hear from all the candidates to at least say they were thorough.
That is not a comment I can just simply ignore. You seem to misunderstand the intent of the Council of Wise Men.
Huh?
At the Royal Castle, I was told by the Council of Wise Men, by Lord Miklatov himself, that they suspect me of being the imposter.
You, Crochet?
Really? Are you serious?
Totally serious. Ugh, they were so rude. How dare they say such things to Miss Crochet of all people, Meow? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Seeing Ferris so riled up, I can tell it's no joke, but I find this pretty shocking.
What's going on here? I thought they suspected Amelia and Felt.
That's why I never wanted to rely on the Council of Wise Men. I thought I couldn't fully trust them, and yet...
Ferris, control your anger. I told you, I do not mind.
But Miss Crochet?
They only said what they needed to. Do not fault them for that.
I apologize, Miss Crochet, but what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I agree with Rem. I'm not sure I follow. Why would the Council of Wise Men consider you to be the fake candidate?
It's simple, really. It is likely the same reason why they were so secretive regarding the royal selection's postponement.
The same reason? Could it be because they wanted it to be a surprise?
That's quite a charming way to put it, but the general idea is the same. By revealing everything at once, one could weed out those with different reactions to the news from the rest. It may have been unrefined, but not a bad move to make.
Crochet smiles at Amelia's remark, but what she says strikes me. Simply put, the Council of Wise Men aims to expose the fake candidate. To do that, with Amelia and Felt, they deliberately... No, that's not it. They suspected all the candidates. And it was all so they could smoke out the imposter based on reactions.
Damn, they really pulled a fast one on me. They could have at least said that from the start.
I'm sorry to say, Subaru, but if they had done so, their strategy would have fallen apart.
I know. But that makes me all the more mad.
Damn it. That just means I've been blowing wind in the air. Now I'm embarrassed for looking stupid and running around like I did.
It appears I have given way too much. If you receive a summons by the Council of Wise Men tomorrow or later, I would appreciate it if you do not mention what I have told you.
Serves them right, saying such mean things to Miss Crochet. When I see Lord Bordeaux or the others at their regular checkup, I'm going to use painful healing magic on purpose.
A doctor shouldn't use their skills to exact revenge.
My strength has left me, but I don't know whether it's from a sense of relief or this anticlimactic end to the conversation.
Thank you for filling us in on everything. I just hope I can help you in some way too.
I see. In that case, why not make a pact between us?
A pact?
That's right. With the appearance of the fake royal candidate, the royal selection has been marred by doubt and chaos. However, what we should truly be striving for is a position as the new ruler to lead this kingdom to a brighter future. That point is irrefutable. With that in mind, we must cultivate ourselves and compete for the throne fairly and without hesitation. What say you to making such a pact?
In other words, we'll both give it our all?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, of course. I'd love to pledge this pact with you.
Then our pledge has been made.
Hey, Subaru.
Huh? What's up?
Miss Amelia's a good person, but it makes me nervous because she's too kind for her own good. You better protect her with everything you've got.
True facts.
Right. I completely agree with you there.
However, Amelia's trust in Crochet is probably why she looks so vulnerable right now. Crochet's virtue really is a force to behold in that regard. After
It
all,
would be for the best if they competed as friends.
at least that's what I think as I witness the two girls exchange a firm handshake.
Anyway, now that I completed my task at Crochet's place without any issues,
We will be heading to Miss Melty, correct? She's a nun at the Transcendent Dragon Church, right? So we'll be going to the church then?
To the church!
that's where we've always met her. She may have a lot of visitors due to the royal selection, but we should try going over there anyway.
But I am quite nervous. This is my first time meeting her.
I see. Well, at least you're acquainted with all the other candidates.
Amelia knows about Felt, someone who was only just revealed to be a candidate. though the two haven't met together as candidates yet.
But there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure you and Melty will see eye to eye in a lot of things.
Both seem like pacifists when it comes down to it, and I think they'll get along just fine, regardless of how they meet for the first time. That is,
If the bad feeling in my gut doesn't end up coming true.
I really want to shake this doubt I have about them. That's my honest goal.
Is this the Transcendent Dragon Church?
It is. Is this your first time visiting it, Miss Amelia?
Yes. This is only my third time being in the royal capital. And I didn't get the chance to look around the city last time.
It is a pretty church.
Right, because you were so busy looking for a certain something. I get it.
Hey, stop bringing that up all the time, Subaru. You're so mean.
Sorry, my bad. Now then, where is Melty?
There you go again, abruptly changing the subject.
Yep, Amelia's mood sours when I remind her of her embarrassing mistake. And as Rem tries to soothe her...
I'll try and meet with Melty. Oh. Huh?
Looking into the church, my eyes go wide at the unexpected spectacle before me.
Wait up! You can't catch me!
I hear the voices of children playing, seeing several of them playing tag in the courtyard. Such a sight isn't uncommon for a church, but what does surprise me is...
Solomon Puka are here.
Oh, I was expecting him to say something like Melty was playing Ortega. But that's different.
Mr. Puka, I'm so hungry from all that playing around. Don't you have any shame? No, I do admire how bold you are. Go on, Solemn. The other kids have a gleam in their eyes, too.
Candy!
Yes, of course.
Yay! I love this candy!
Yay! Thank you, mister!
He's super nice and gives us lots of candy. We love you, mister. They really are shameless.
As kids should be.
You're really soft, you know that?
I don't know, those abs look rock hard to me.
Mr. Solemn and Miss Puka seem to be quite familiar with them.
Yeah, there's that kid from yesterday, too. I really seem to like him.
I've heard that kids can tell who's friendly or not, and Solemn's a pretty decent guy. And Puka, too, of course.
Huh? What is it, Mealy? You'll spoil your cute face if you sulk like that. Hang on, it's still super cute?
I won't let you joke your way out of this one. Going off on your own like that? Do you know these people?
Yes, Mr. Solemn and his spirit Miss Puka. We ran into them in the royal capital yesterday.
As you can see, he's a spirit arts user. They're good people who really get along well with kids.
Since the battle with the Dusk Bandits never happened, we aren't indebted to them at assisting us, but I feel partial to them because I still remember it happening.
Are they even related to this church? I never really asked them about themselves.
I remember Puka saying something about they're just wanderers, though.
Well, we can just ask them directly. Hey, Solemn! Puka!
You were so loud, I figured it was you, Subaru. Do you need anything? Or are you just that desperate to see us again?
More like you just happened to be in the same place we were coming to visit.
It is good to see you again, Mr. Solemn, Miss Puka.
Puka as a name gets me because it reminds me of both an old Disney Channel show called Puka, and in Odin's Sphere there's a whole race of Pukas, which are little rabbit people who are cursed.
It's Mr. Scary Eyes and Miss Maid from yesterday!
Hey, good to see you. You didn't get lost again, did you?
Of course not. Girls aren't gonna like you if you keep talking like that, you know.
Ugh, you really know how to hurt me.
Why are you letting a child talk down to you like that?
That's just like Subaru. I'm sorry. I'm Subaru and Rems. What am I to you two?
It's difficult to say when you include the both of us. But if it were just me, you'd be my lovely, charming young lady.
What are you going on about now?
Rem and Subaru serve Miss Amelia. Our relationship can be considered that of a master and her servants.
Oh? Good, thank you. So, there you have it.
I see.
Yes, I am their master. It is nice to meet you.
Yes.
A friendly wind is in the air, despite the few words Amelia and Solemn exchange.
What's with this? Not much is being said, but it doesn't feel awkward or anything.
Perhaps it is a special way of communicating only spirit arts users can do.
Oh, so you use the spiritual arts too?
Me? Yes, I do. Just a moment.
Well, even if you are, there are hardly any decent spirits like me around.
And now Puck is going to shut Puka's bravado down.
So no matter the spirit you contracted with.
Come on out, Puck.
As you wish.
The squirrel just meowed.
Oh my! That was a bit startling.
I'm surprised.
That was quite the surprise.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's right, Puka loses her mind when she sees Puck. After all,
Are you Puck? The apocalypse beast and the great spirit of fire?
wait, fire? Puck only uses ice magic, though. If that's the case, then Puck is just using, like, his weakest element.
I don't really like those names. They're not really all that cute. You can just call me Puck.
Lord Puck!
Her little fidgeting.
Sounds like you just met a celebrity or something.
Despite their cute appearances, great spirits are spirits with immense power.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Just wish you'd be more useful from time to... Ugh!
You! Did you just speak badly of Lord Puck? Showing such disrespect to someone out of your league? I won't stand for it!
I can't believe such a soft foot could kick me so hard.
You should take this chance to pay me a bit more respect, Subaru.
Yes! You should do exactly as Lord Puck demands!
You
Lord
guys...
Puck. It's just such a weird sound.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it sounds weird.
Don't you get carried away either, Puck.
You too, Puka.
Okay.
What grief!
Oh dear, I thought it sounded a bit rowdy out here.
There's Tiga.
What a strange gathering. You all surprised me.
Yo, Tiga. Sorry for surprising you like that, bestie.
That again, huh? Well, I suppose I should expect this out of you. But I see Miss Amelia is accompanying you this time. You didn't come here to play then, I assume?
Ah, Tiga. Hello. It's been a while.
So, just as a weird little side note, whenever people say you didn't come to play, in Japanese, the word asobu is the verb for to play, but it's pretty much any sort of like hanging out, meeting up with people. So it has a lot more usage than just like playing games like you would with children. And it also is not used for playing, actually playing games, which just makes it all the more confusing. Because I know with like video games, it's a different verb. I think you just say that you do video games, which is suru instead of asobu.
It has, Miss Amelia. I see you're as beautiful today as... Ow! What's the deal, Subaru? Could you please not step on my foot like that?
Don't make me repeat myself. Don't go flirting with Mealy while I'm around.
What do you mean? This is the first time I've spoken to her. Besides, I wasn't flirting with her. I was just saying hello.
You greet Mealy by flirting with her?
Are your ears not working?
It seems Subaru and Tiga get along quite well.
Yes, the two of them were also in high spirits last time.
Jeez, they're like little kids!
Good night, Bab. Maybe. Yeah, she did get a late nap, so...
They are children.
Hey!
Huh? Did someone just laugh? You totally laughed just now, didn't you? Huh. That's so unlike you.
You make that sound like it's a big deal. Wait, do you two know each other?
Seeing how blunt Tia is with Solemn makes me assume Solemn didn't just come here to play with the kids.
Yeah, that's right. Solemn, Puka, and I go way back. We're all from the same place.
Oh, it makes sense you'd be such good friends, having grown up together.
No comment.
Is that so? Though perhaps that is generally the case.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Everyone has their own circumstances, Leah. Wouldn't you say the same for you?
Now that you mention it, I didn't really get along with the people who lived near me.
Yep, a solemn atmosphere enshrouds us as we all consider the very circumstances that brought us to where we are now. Disregarding my own situation, this homeland talk is no joke, considering it even gave Amelia and Rem that somber look.
Huh? Is this... candy?
Oh, Solemn.
Are you giving this to me? Thank you.
Rem can have some as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Solemn.
Oh, I get some too? Whoa, that's a lot! Why did you give me so much?
Because you complained last time.
He says it's because a sullen face doesn't suit you. Sounds like Solemn's taking pity on you.
Do I look that bad right now?
Yeah, just look at that disturbing look in your eyes. Though, I suppose that's how you usually look.
Hey, you jerk!
This candy is really good.
Subaru.
It melts away gently in my mouth.
I wish you'd pay more attention to that glimpse of sadness I just showed me, Lee.
Well, at least you lot aren't a boring bunch. Now then, Miss Amelia, getting back on topic. What is your business here today?
I'm sorry. I was also called to the royal capital regarding the postponement of the royal selection. And I figured, while I'm here, I should meet with the other royal candidates.
I see. So that's why you've come to see Mel. Very well. Mel just happens to be inside. So please, go ahead and see her.
Really? Thank you.
Yay!
I know this is a bit sudden.
Get to see good old Melty.
No. Besides, Solemn. We'll be holding an important meeting inside. So,
Yeah, we get it. Us outsiders will be out here.
sorry.
Pay no mind. Let's go.
Huh? We get to play more? Yay!
Woohoo! Over there! Let's go over there!
Wow. With that, Solemn and Puka accompany the children and leave the church. I feel sorry for them, seeing as we're the ones who kinda got in the way of things.
All right, Solemn. Where in the royal capital are you staying?
We're at the Buckhorn Bower. Why?
Well, I might have something I want to ask you later on, you know? When the time comes, I'll need some way to get in touch with you.
I've seen just how capable Solemn and Puka are. While building up our relations with the royal candidates is our main priority, it doesn't hurt to acquire some more fighting power.
An unpaid debt.
Huh?
See us anytime.
And there you have it.
Right. Thanks. I'm counting on you if I ever need you.
An unpaid debt, I'm assuming that's for helping find the child's parents. After seeing Solemn and Puka off, man, there are a lot of typos now. Like, it was really well written in the beginning, but now it's just, there's typos all over the place. I'm guessing the translators got kind of rushed towards the end, or at least the proofreaders. So after seeing Solemn and Puka off, yeah, because seeing Solemn and Puka of, Tiga leads the way into the church. Once inside, the first thing we see is...
So beautiful.
Kneeling on the church floor is Melty, praying her heart out. I'm just your average guy from modern-day Japan, so I think I'm what you'd call an atheist. I don't believe in any god, but I do celebrate Christmas, New Year's, Obon, and the like. I'm just an atheist in that convenient sense. I said Obon, it's Obon, and that's that's basically the Japanese Festival of the Dead. It's their version of Day of the Dead. But seeing someone pray so fervently is something even I would consider a sight to behold, counterbalancing my disproportionately placed faith.
Mel, you have some guests.
Ah!
Huh?
You surprised me. Tiga, how many times must I tell you? You'll only startle me if you come out of nowhere like that while I'm praying.
Sorry. Well, I'd like to talk about how cute you are when you're angry. These guests have been waiting for you.
Huh?
Her face red, Melty finally notices us when Tiga points us out.
Hey, Melty.
Miss Melty, please pardon our intrusion. As you can see today,
It's nice to meet you. I'm a fellow royal candidate and... Huh?
Tiga! You jerk! Tell me when we have guests!
After a moment's pause, Melty's embarrassed scream echoes throughout the church.
I'm sorry. I showed you an embarrassing side to myself.
No, it's okay, don't worry. I don't think it's strange at all. Not even a little. Just a bit.
Mealy, if you're gonna back someone up like that, you should follow through to the end.
Come on now, it's fine. Even if you put up appearances, your true self will show in the end. Besides, you're not really good at hiding things.
That's not true. I'm really good at hiding things.
Oh, and those little snacks you keep hidden under your wardrobe? I know you munch on them little by little every day.
No, that's a lie. I don't hide them in the wardrobe. They're in a box under my bed. Oh.
Mel, snacking like that between meals makes you fat. You should stop.
Oh boy.
You're so mean, Tiga.
Wow. Melty glares at Tiga, her eyes a watery mess. It seems like Tiga's always 100 steps ahead of Melty in terms of extracting info from the other. I could see my wife doing something like that.
You two sure do get along well. Don't you think so, Huh? What's with that face?
Nothing. I was just thinking that you and Tika must get along so well because you're both so mean.
Me? Mean? Don't lump me in with him!
I resent that.
Subaru's right, Miss Amelia. His callousness is quite cute. It is completely different from Sir Tiga's.
I think so too. Tiga's teasing is much spicier. Subaru's teasing is sweeter in that regard.
Huh? Is nobody going to back me up here?
Oh, then I'll support you, Tiga.
That makes both sides evenly matched. There are no hard feelings no matter who wins, yeah?
Let us do our best, Subaru. Miss Melty.
Well, I'm very confused.
Yes! Let's combine our efforts and taste victory together!
What just happened?
Wait! Mealy's attack is super effective against me!
Yeah, if Mel attacked me, I'd never recover either.
Tiga and I nod at each other, exchanging a firm handshake.
This just goes to show, conflict won't solve any of our problems.
You're right. Let's just get along, my good friend.
Oh, that's good. It looks like those two have made amends.
Yes, that is a relief.
If you understand each other's laments, then it's best to join together.
No one here is gonna point out the absurdity here, huh?
I did. I'm here, Puck, and I will point out it is quite absurd. Puck grumbles to himself as we all consolidate and shake each other's hands.
It's better if we all got along.
Yeah, I think so too. Now then,
I don't know what the
let's
point
put
of
an
that
end
was.
to our little playdate.
Right. To start, it seems Miss Amelia is starting to understand my Mel.
Yes. Melty really is a kind girl.
Oh, no, not at all. It's nothing worth mentioning. I still have much to work on to improve.
Really? You must be a hard worker then. I can't say why, but your praying earlier really moved me.
What do I do, Tiga? Miss Amelia is really good at giving compliments.
Reciprocating her compliments would be a good place to start, Mel.
You're right.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm also
got it.
very bad at taking compliments, and I can be pretty bad about giving them too sometimes. Because I get really worried about how people will react to compliments, and it turns into this weird, I don't want to compliment somebody because I might upset them or even make them think I'm trying to trick them. I don't know, I've got myself all backwards on how interacting with people works sometimes.
Miss Amelia, your hair and eye color are so pretty.
Or you compliment something like this.
Really? Thank you. Subaru often compliments me like that too.
Your voice is also incredibly calming, and you're really beautiful.
Really? Subaru says that too, but I'm happy to hear that, even if you are just flattering me.
Subaru's already beaten me to the punch.
Now that
Yep.
you mention it, I've even complimented Mealy's insides, too.
Amelia is a top-tier girl because the organs inside her help maintain her healthy appearance.
So
Wow.
thank you yet again, Mealy's internal organs, for making her cute today, too.
That's a very, very creepy thing to say. Especially considering the first villain that Subaru dealt with was known as the Bowel Hunter, who did nothing but talk about how beautiful people's insides were, and that was why she wanted to cut everybody open.
You almost sound as crazed as that Bowel Hunter.
How does Tiga know about that? Of course, I give that full explanation about it, and then somebody just casually mentions it.
Don't compare me to that lunatic! She only cares about internal organs!
Like, why do I even try? Why do I even try to give commentary and explanations?
Have you met her? Such a frightening criminal.
Yes. We ran into one another in the royal capital a while ago. Subaru and I were in grave danger.
Not only that, my stomach was split open, but now's not the time to get into that. I wouldn't want to scare Melty either.
I remember hearing of that incident. It would seem the royal capital is a rather dangerous place. Having such dangerous criminals wandering around, as well as knowing of the plot to interfere with the royal selection.
Interfere with the royal selection.
That came up at the royal castle. If I recall, you guys are the ones who encountered that man?
Yeah, he's a crazy guy wearing a robe and mask. He's really buff, too. You seem to know a lot of people around here. Does anyone like that ring any bells?
I wouldn't want to know someone like that in the first place. If I did know someone who dressed like that, I'd tell them to stop.
Yeah, I guess you would.
I try to lead Tiga on with my question, but he remains as poised as ever in his response. If he's hiding something while staying so composed, then he's a pretty good liar.
You be careful too, Melty. If he's targeting royal candidates, then you're in just as much danger.
Huh? Oh, you're right. But the same goes for you, Miss Amelia.
I'll be fine. I may not look it, but I actually have insanely strong muscles.
Boasting about your muscles instead of your magical prowess is totally EMA. What about you guys? Melty doesn't look particularly strong, but...
Don't worry. I'll protect Mel. I'm fairly confident in my abilities.
Huh. Is that right?
At the very least, my skills make me competent enough to serve as Mel's knight.
Yeah.
Although?
The knights of the other royal candidates, I doubt I could ever stand up to the likes of the Sword Saint or the Finest.
Sword Saint and the Finest. You
Julius?
mean Reinhardt and...
The finest of knights refers to Sir Julius, Miss Anastasia's knight.
I know. I didn't forget or anything.
Julius can also use the spiritual arts like me.
That creep's copying Mealy again.
He's a copycat? No, it takes quite a long time to synchronize with a spirit.
It's not something you can just copy so easily. You and the spirit you connect with have to get along
I felt that
really
sneeze
well.
building up for several minutes.
So I was lied to?
Anyway, I'm just saying I can hold my own. Not to mention, should the need arise, Mel can use healing magic.
Well, my healing magic only offers a small repose.
Really? I'm not very good with healing magic at all.
Serving as a nun here, everyone comes to the church's services for various reasons.
You could just pick
So
it
I
up.
happened to pick it up before I knew it. When it comes to injuries or illnesses, I could at least ease the suffering a bit with my healing magic.
And
That's
that's
good.
how you learned healing magic. That's really admirable.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. Melty lightly scratches her cheek, but her response is filled with unease. I imagine it's something to do with everything she's seen so far.
People praying at the church for their injuries and illnesses to heal.
I'm sure many were beyond recovery by any normal methods and came seeking aid in the only place they could think of to offer such help. I am curious just how much she's been able to help with what little she says she can do, though. Her opinion of her abilities must come from that self-awareness. Honestly,
That must have been tough.
You're right about that.
Tiga agrees to my mumblings. If Tiga could understand me from just that, he must be a good judge of character. No, I'm sure that, in this case, Tiga must have felt the same way countless times before. That sense of helplessness of not being able to ease the mind of the girl he likes.
The church has taken care of me since I was young, and much has happened since then. But I never thought they'd have me do something so important as join the royal selection.
You didn't plan on participating at first?
No. Miss Amelia, may I ask you something?
Of course. If it's something I can answer.
Miss Amelia, why did you decide to participate in the royal selection? What do you wish to accomplish by being the next ruler of the Kingdom of Lagunica?
Melty is basically asking about what drives Amelia to participate, something necessary for all the candidates to push them forward. Cruce, Anastasia, Priscilla, Felt, Melty, and of course, Amelia. Everyone who's come to the royal capital as royal candidates isn't doing it just because they're qualified. As for Amelia's reasoning, I witnessed that during another loot back at the royal castle.
You complimented me about it before, but my hair and eye color stand out a lot, don't you think? My appearance and my birthplace. Various aspects of my existence have many people terrified of me, but I don't mind it. I have Puck with me, and others who are willing to help me out along the way. However, the world is filled with people who can't speak out, or remain ignored, right? I want to speak up and bring attention to those people.
Are you referring to the conflict between humans and demi-humans?
Resolving conflicts between bloodlines isn't my only goal, but it is one of many things I want to do something about. If such an opportunity presents itself in the form of the royal selection, then I want to do my best. Of course, that's not a ruler's only duty, so I still have much to learn and study.
Miss Amelia.
Amelia smiles as she tells Melty about her motives for joining the royal selection, overwhelming everyone in the room. She's not the best at public speaking, and her policies may not be so concrete, but one can just feel the sincerity packed behind each of her words.
Thank you for the valuable conversation. Mel, you should thank her too.
Oh, yes. Miss Amelia? Thank you very much for telling us your thoughts on the matter. I wonder if it was alright for someone like me to hear of your motivations.
Why not? I'm doing my best to become the next ruler. But is that not a normal question to ask in this situation? I think anyone would be curious. It is quite alright for you to ask.
I see.
What about you, Melty?
Huh?
I'd like to ask you the same question. Why are you participating in the royal selection, Melty? What is it you wish to do as the next ruler?
Plunge the kingdom into eternal darkness.
Me?
Spread the gospel of the church.
Yes?
Melty's voice trails off as she hangs her head at Amelia, returning the question to her. Confused, Amelia tilts her head in response, then...
I see you're all having a little get-together. May I join you? I apologize for butting in while you have visitors.
Sakura?
That's right. The one and only. It's been a few days since we last saw each other, Subaru, Rem. As for Miss Amelia...
We haven't talked since you last came to visit us at the manor. Thank you for going out of your way to do so.
Hey, Mean Cow. Lurking is perfectly fine. But yeah, I do hope that next week you are less busy for your own sake. It's alright. Rolling with the flows here. And, I mean, Hubstubs made me a mod on his channel, and if I'm honest, I don't totally pay attention to his streams. Oops. Although, he's mostly just streaming for, like, 2 people, so...
Oh no, that was just part of the job. But this is a surprise. To think while I was out, Miss Amelia would come visit us at the church. I have some terrible timing.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. We did suddenly barge our way in here.
Miss Amelia went to the trouble of coming here to greet Mel as a fellow competitor in the royal selection.
If you're still there, Mean Cow, I do want to ask you one thing. Do you think you're gonna get Monster Hunter Rise next week?
Oh my, how scary. Is this a declaration of war?
Sakura, we're going to do our best and compete alongside one another. So I suppose it could be seen that way.
Well, then we just need to make sure that you're not so busy that you can't play it with us. But we are going to, it's not a guarantee, but we are going to, I think we're going to shoot for trying to stream it on release day. Co-op, of course, will be welcome, but I will have to go through a bunch of that tutorial stuff in the beginning.
Personally, I prefer a more charming term than declaration of war. Treating it like a competition or sporting event is much more peaceful than a fight for the throne.
I also need to figure out... I'm still trying to decide what weapon I want to use, because I always use the Charge Blade, and I used the Switch Axe for a long time on... So in Monster Hunter 4, I used the Switch Axe, and then in every game after that, I used the Charge Blade. I like the Insect Glaive, but it can be really unwieldy and difficult to use at times. So, not a huge... I like the Great Sword, but I know the best way to use the Great Sword is honestly not very fun to me. So I might wind up with Sword and Shield. I don't know. Probably wouldn't hurt to just go back to the Switch Axe, because it will play differently than it did in 4 Ultimate, because in 4 Ultimate it was broken. I didn't realize how broken it was until I had figured out the strategy that everybody apparently used, which gave you infinite sword mode, which is just stupid powerful. So, Sword and Shield is probably my top pick, though, until I inevitably go back to the Charge Blade. Alright, well, get your assignments done, take care, and yeah, we'll definitely start talking on Discord. When I think of people vying for a throne, I imagine lots of family members bickering. I don't want this to turn into a situation like that. Every candidate has their own visions for the kingdom and are filled with conviction on seeing them carried out. And yet...
I understand where you're coming from, Subaru. But that would be rather difficult. Among the 6 royal candidates, one of them is an imposter after all.
Yeah, I'm pretty wary about that too.
Wary? What do you mean?
The only reason a 6th candidate has appeared is because they had a dragon insignia that chose them. But that doesn't necessarily mean there are only 5 people who are qualified. So...
Subaru,
Tiga?
I understand what you want to say, but I won't let you say it here. This is the Transcendent Dragon Church. We will not allow you to presume that the Dragonstone forged by the Holy Dragon Volcanica is mistaken.
Sorry.
Tiga's eyes narrow at me accusingly, and I immediately repent for almost letting something so careless slip out.
Now, let's stop all this squabbling. Like Tiga said, we can't have such discussions here. As well, it is almost time for your daily prayer, Melty.
Wasn't she just praying, though?
Daily prayer?
Ah, yes, that's right. Above all, Melty is a sister of the Transcendent Dragon Church. Even before her being a royal candidate, she actually has quite a bit of work she needs to tend to around here.
Oh, I see. Then I apologize for staying so long.
No, it's okay. Talking to you like this has eased my mind greatly, Miss Amelia. Would you mind talking with me again sometime soon?
Yes, of course. I would love to talk to you more, Melty.
How sweet.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Melty smiles at Amelia's answer. There was a slight hiccup at the end of the conversation there, but...
At least for now, we were able to meet with a candidate like we planned.
I also accomplished my own goal, suspecting Melty and Tiga. I think I was able to get over that hurdle too. No, you should not have.
She was really nice.
Yeah, I figured you two would hit it off.
I had no worries about that. They got along well in the other loops too. However, it did remind me of something.
I would feel awful no matter who the imposter is.
It would mean that one of the other candidates besides Amelia has been scheming, deceiving, lying, manipulating, and laughing at us. But if I'm being honest, are any of the candidates capable of such a thing? I don't think so.
Subaru, is something wrong? Is it about finding the fake candidate?
Guess I can't hide anything from you, Rem. To be honest, I'm not sure what's going on.
Rem accompanied you to meet with all the candidates, but none appeared to be hiding anything. Rem thinks that perhaps an imposter does not even exist.
Even you, huh? It'd be great if that turned out to be true.
A royal selection where 6, not the intended 5, compete. There's only... They forgot the 1. There's only 1 throne, so the outcome would be the same no matter how many competed. So why don't they just start the royal selection with all 6 of the candidates?
As Sir Tiga stated, the Transcendent Dragon Church would not have it as such.
You mean the dragon stone left by the Holy Dragon, right? That prophecy is absolute, huh?
Maybe it's just me who doesn't understand anything. The guy who's only has faith when it's convenient for me.
I thought you made a good observation, Subaru.
Mealy?
Tiga may have stopped you, but I thought you were really onto something about us being chosen by the dragon insignia.
Perhaps the Dragonstone is implying that at least 5 candidates are required, which means there is no contradiction.
So this time it started out with 5, but a 6 just so happened to be chosen. Wouldn't that be so nice and peaceful?
Too bad that's not the case.
Yeah, I think so too. That'd be great. It really would, but...
Even if that was true, who would we need to convince to begin the royal selection as things are now?
The person with the highest rank is the one with the discretionary powers. Now that they're gone, we're trying to appoint their replacement.
It's like one big circle. Even if I put a lot of thought into something, it won't change what's actually happening.
When you have eliminated all which is impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. At least, that's what a famous detective once said.
I see.
Sherlock Holmes.
That person must have
Woohoo.
had it really tough too.
I suppose they did.
Because they put so much thought into it. They were probably the first to reach that answer. However, it could be a sad thing to be the first one to realize it.
I love Sherlock Holmes stories, but I also realize I haven't read very many of them. And I watched part of the one on BBC. I watched the first season of it, and it was pretty good, but then I heard it gets really bad, so...
I never thought about it that way.
A great detective is the first one to uncover the truth, even if they don't want to know it. That means they'd be the first to regret finding it out.
Being sad is an unpleasant feeling. I hope they did not end up going through such pain.
You know, that's some really interesting insight onto Sherlock that they're having, because, yeah, he'd find everything out first, so who's to say that's not what led to the drug addictions and whatnot. Rem agrees with Amelia as the 3 of us solemnly look at the sky. The world is being painted a faint orange, coloring us in its glow as well. They're gonna get the void, it's the void glow. They're gonna go glow mad. Only one person's gonna get that. Night comes after the sun sets. Everything loses its luster, a cold darkness covering it all.
Ugh, stop it! This is no time to get all sappy.
You startled me. What are you going on about all of a sudden?
I'm saying it's time for a change. Everything looks worse when you're all gloomy. We gotta stay positive. Rem, what about Rom Rom and Roswal?
Right. Seeing as they still need to talk about the royal selection, I doubt they have yet returned from the royal castle.
All right then, let's go stuff our faces.
Stuff our faces. Are we going somewhere to eat?
Yeah, a full stomach gets rid of all your worries. And maybe
Maybe...
we may have a chance encounter.
I knew as soon as he mentioned food that they were gonna go to Anastasia's bar. Restaurant, whatever.
This is it. This is the place. Whew, it gets really packed at night.
Oh, this place.
Yeah, you know it, Rem. The atmosphere is a bit different now than it is during the day, but
The atmosphere of the tavern now is, well, like night and day. Literally. But knowing that it's more of a tavern at heart, the air of it now is the real deal.
Is the food here good? Oh, and no alcohol. Puck's rules.
don't worry. I'd never have a cute, drunk mealy in a public setting like this.
Amelia and Rem can't hold their alcohol very well. Their faces turn red and expose their cuteness right away. I'd never let them get carried away like that here.
But wait, maybe seeing you two being so cute could melt anyone's heart? What if the surefire way to win the royal selection is...
I don't know what you're talking about, but you've got that look on your face when you have weird thoughts.
Subaru is still so charming, even when he thinks about weird things.
Oh,
But
boy.
while I truly wish to continue gazing at Subaru, I have found them.
Found them? Rem, were you looking for someone?
Yes, Rem can see right through Subaru's plans.
Wow, so reliable. So, who did you find?
There, at the table in the back.
In the back?
Anastasia,
Good
of course.
evening. May we sit here too?
Oh my, what an unexpected visitor.
Miss Amelia, it has been quite some time.
Yes, it has been a while, Julius. Anastasia as well. I'm sorry for my sudden intrusion.
It's fine, it's fine. So, you were called here too, Amelia?
Yes, I received a letter from Subaru and Rem regarding the postponement of the royal selection.
Yo, Anastasia! Great night to share a table.
I can just see Subaru saying that, walking up, and then, like in an old cartoon, leaning the chair on one leg and spinning the corner on one finger to sit before he sits down, like a super cool guy.
Excuse us.
I expected Natsuki and Rem to be with you. Still though, what kind of greeting is that?
Boy, am I glad you happen to be here. I know you come here for lunch, but I didn't know if you came for dinner too.
I don't normally frequent this place so often, but Mimi and the others keep talking it up, and Julius was getting all pouty overhearing them.
Miss Anastasia, using such an expression will only give rise to misunderstandings. I simply thought that a tavern that Mimi and the others know, and one within the royal capital no less, could pose a safety issue if I'm not also aware of it.
You're making a lot of excuses trying to cover the fact that you actually just don't like being left out, aren't you?
Again, that explanation only causes misunderstandings.
Sure.
Really? You're so cute, Julius.
Look at you, getting compliments from Mealy. You think you're so cute with that face, huh?
Oh, God.
You have a problem with my face. What exactly do you expect me to do about it?
Go into the corner, roll up into a ball, and cover your eyes and ears.
But then I wouldn't be able to fulfill my duties as a knight. While my most trusted would certainly have my back, you are unfortunately not among them.
That's fine. I don't see myself getting along with you anyway.
What's going on, you two? You seem to be hitting it off.
Subaru, stop that! Don't snap at Julius like that.
Don't try to stop me, Mealy. This is a man's fight, and I ain't backing down.
Is he quoting a movie?
Also, keep some more distance from that guy. If he gets the chance, he'll slobber all over that cute little hand of yours, Mealy.
I see. It appears you are trying to insult me. In that case, I am prepared to put my honor on the line and request a duel in order to clear my name.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to fight me? Don't try it. It would be like a bully picking on a weakling.
Huh. So you have that much confidence in your ability?
You're the one who's gonna be bathing in the blood of your enemies you regret beating me up.
So that's what you meant.
At least Subaru, I love how confidently he can say, I'm a weakling.
If you wish to fight Subaru, Rem will fight in his place. While I doubt I could win against Sir Julius the Finest, I can at least return his blows.
If something ever happens to Rem, I won't just sit by and remain silent.
Huh?
Why are we all
Is
picking
that
a
only if
fight?
something happens to Rem? What about me, Mealy?
You should properly repent for your actions. Go on now, apologize to Julius.
Ugh. Damn you, Julius.
Have I done anything to you? If I were at fault, I would certainly apologize.
Oh, good grief. What's with you two? Are you trying to make me die of laughter here?
Yes.
Oh, is that the plan then? You eliminate me from the royal selection, then reap the rewards? Oh my. You're a naughty girl, Amelia. Hiding such devious plans underneath that innocent face of yours.
I think I've said it before, but I love Anastasia's voice actress. Her line deliveries are just great.
What? You misunderstand. I only wanted to get along with you.
Oh, Mealy, she's just kidding around. It's her own style of joking.
Huh? Really?
Of course. But couldn't you let me lead her on a little more before revealing that, Natsuki?
Sorry, Anastasia. I'm Mealy's loyal servant. I always act with Mealy in mind.
A fine way of thinking. It seems even you understand chivalry.
I wasn't talking to you!
What?
Quit making me laugh so much. Oh my. Though, I do feel better after what happened today.
What happened?
Well, I suppose I could tell you. I'm sure you'll be told eventually anyway. We were called to the royal castle today by the Council of Wise Men.
Okay, so they got questioned too.
Could that be...
It's similar to what Cruce said, right?
Oh, so you already heard about it? Sheesh. Cruce can be kind of, how do I put it? A bit too broad-minded at times. Well, I guess there's no sense hiding it then. But being interrogated one after the other, it's an unpleasant method to get information out of us. I understand
Yay,
what they're trying
interrogation.
to do, though, so I didn't dare say anything uncouth in return.
So the Council of Wise Men is working hard to expose the imposter.
Alright, I'm gonna take a short break, guys. Restroom and all that jazz, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. But yeah, the camera's not working. Okay.
The kingdom's future is on the line, after all. It's only reasonable they would be involved.
Taking the opponent's side again? Just who are you more loyal to?
There we go. Got me some drinks.
I am loyal to securing the future of the kingdom, and to you, Miss Anastasia.
My, you're quite skilled at evading the question. In that case, you'll just need to work harder so I come out on top.
You two get along really well.
That's right. We're quite close with one another. But doesn't the same go for you and Natsuki?
Oh, Subaru isn't actually my servant or anything like that.
Mealy's demoted me again!
I always say that. You're employed by Roswell, so you aren't my personal attendant.
Alright.
That sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's just a really annoyingly roundabout way of doing things.
Subaru is a complicated individual. It is what makes him so wonderful. Listening to Rem makes me think you really are a wonderful person, Natsuki. How awful.
Yes, he is awe-inspiring.
I feel like you both mean different things here.
Anyway, why did you come here, Miss Amelia? This is the sort of establishment someone of your stature wouldn't simply drop by. Has something happened?
Oh, we were just stopping by for dinner. Is that weird?
Well, I also agree that eating at cheap restaurants doesn't suit Mealy. But I'd say the same thing to you guys.
In the first place, it's strange for royal candidates and their knights to frequent normal taverns around the city.
Subaru, is something wrong?
No, it's just that, including you, Rem, this group really increases the ratio of beautiful people here. Even if we're not trying to stand out, it's hard not to.
If you think so, then you just sit down and order something. Why are you standing there and talking to us?
You're right. Mind if we shared this table then?
Isn't it a little late to ask that?
They did ask that right at the start.
Right. Thanks. Mealy, come sit next to me.
Yes, thank you.
What?
I am remaining silent. If I were to speak my mind right now, it would only irritate you.
Well, you might as well go ahead and spit it out.
It's customary to draw the chair for a person of higher rank, so I'm merely confused about your rank.
Shut up!
But you asked me.
Anyway, back to what Julius asked earlier. What did you really come here for?
Huh? I just said we wanted to eat.
Well, the jig is up, so no use in hiding it anymore. We came to see you, Anastasia. It was a gamble whether you'd actually be here, though.
Really? Is that what you meant about it being a chance encounter? You could have just said so.
I just didn't want you to be disappointed if she wasn't here, Mealy. It'd suck if you were let down because of that.
I wouldn't get mad over something like that. But I do appreciate the consideration. Thanks to you, Anastasia and I are able to talk like this.
Well, if we're just going to chat over a meal, you can count me in anytime. However, should you have any other reason to chat, I'd like to know in advance so I can prepare.
Prepare?
That's not like you, Anastasia. Aren't you the type of person who has multiple contingency plans in case anything happens? Someone who expects the unexpected?
I'm honored you think so highly of me, and I certainly won't deny that. But I'd never want to face anything head-on without being fully prepared. That would be less than ideal. Even I get nervous when someone appears out of nowhere and wishes to talk to me.
You really talk yourself up. You're a real character, Anastasia.
I don't wish to put you on the spot, so I'll speak openly. I don't want us royal candidates to become suspicious of each other, or antagonize one another. If possible, I'd like for us all to be friends. But if that's too much to ask, I'd at least like for us to cooperate in some way.
You want to be on good terms with me as well. Is that what you are requesting?
Is that not possible?
So you're that kind of person, are you? You're pretty shifty.
Huh? Me?
She's so mean. I love her.
I thought you would be more aggressive in using your charm and gentle demeanor. But it seems I was wrong.
You're talking about her like she's a succubus. I mean, a succubus Mealy would be pretty amazing. Wait, no, that wouldn't be so bad. Not bad at all.
What are you going on about now?
In other words, Miss Amelia is asking for our cooperation. Besides, you wish for an alliance with Miss Anastasia, yes?
If that means we can have better relations, yes.
You really are a troublesome girl.
Anastasia narrows her eyes, staring straight back at Amelia. What kind of thoughts could be swirling around in that head of hers?
It's not that bad a suggestion. After all, you don't think Mealy is the fake candidate, right?
That's right. I can admit to that.
Then let's think positively about this. We don't believe you're the mastermind behind the scheme to disrupt the royal selection either.
And why is that?
Huh?
What leads you and Amelia to believe that I'm not the imposter?
Simply put, it's because she and I were attacked by Wolf in another loop. But that happened at a time that no longer exists here, so I can't use that to explain why I think she's the real deal. In the end...
Intuition.
Subaru, that's stretching it much too far.
Quiet, you! Intuition is intuition. It just came to me. I knew at first glance that she could be trusted. That's all there is to it.
So forceful. A bold statement relying on one's intuition. Subaru is very decisive. Rem is quite impressed.
Anastasia? If you could accept that as our answer, then...
She is gonna die from laughter.
Miss Anastasia?
Oh, you're too funny, Natsuki. So in the end, you rely on your intuition. Everything up to that point was so well thought out, so the sudden shift to something so illogical was pretty shifty. Shifty? Did you hear that? She called you Shifty too, Subaru?
You look so cute finding out how similar we are, Mealy. EMA.
His calling her Amelia Major Angel an acronym is so... That's probably the cringiest thing of everything Subaru does.
Oh, that was a riot. But intuition is fine. In the end, I also rely on mine when I make important decisions.
So, what does your intuition say now? About joining forces with us? With Mealy?
I said so earlier, but I don't suspect Amelia of being the imposter. So I think there's some value cooperating with each other. Really? Now, don't get ahead of yourself. I'm simply saying it's worth consideration. Our opponent is a fake royal candidate, a dangerous enemy aiming to disrupt the royal selection. Solidarity is pretty important to have here. However...
Anastasia cuts herself off, holding a firm stare at Amelia. She's clearly hesitant, even if she doesn't put it into words. I immediately understand why she's so reluctant to join hands with Amelia. The existence of the witch cult. They'll make their move once it's known to the public that Amelia is participating in the royal selection. It won't just be the manor in harm's way, but the royal capital too. Forming an alliance means our allies will potentially be put in danger too. The dangerous ideas the witch cult had for half-elves were an unchanging thing in this world.
Just a little more.
Rem?
Miss Anastasia may consider the proposal if she were to be given the right incentive. However, what could...
We have to present her with something valuable.
It has to be something valuable enough to equal the threat of being targeted by the witch cult. If I can make that clear...
Anastasia, just between us, I've got a plan that could make you even richer than you already are.
You're quite the comedian. What's this all of a sudden? Do you think sweet talk will win me over?
No. I just thought that the reason you're so hesitant to join us is because you're calculating the risks versus the rewards, right? I figured I should appeal to that.
Miss Anastasia is an experienced chairwoman. Do you really think you could interest her in some scheme of yours?
I do! Well, I can't say that for sure just yet, but at least hear me out. You don't lose out by just listening to what I have to say, right?
It's not like I don't get a lot of sales pitches like this. And besides, this is between Natsuki and me. I'll at least lend you an ear. Hey, Subaru, are you sure you should be doing this?
Don't worry, Mealy. Between the radio calisthenics and the mayonnaise, I'm sure I can convince her somehow.
That's true. We wouldn't have mayonnaise if it weren't for you telling us about it in the first place. Okay,
Oh, Subaru.
I understand.
I love that he invented mayonnaise, of all things.
Man, mayo is a pretty big part of the trust toward me, huh? But anyway, here's what I was thinking. This evening, I was planning on unveiling something. I call it a lottery.
And the lottery comes back up. Lotteries are received well in other worlds. I'm confident in that based on my experience in the first loop. The leader of the merchants seemed to take quite a liking to it anyway. If that wasn't just him indulging me in my idea, then there's a chance Anastasia will bite at this chance. That's just how merchants are, after all.
So then, the organizers divvy up the pot among the winners and keep the rest of it as profit. This won't really work without any funds to give out, and you'll need someone trustworthy to pay out the winners. But you fulfill all those conditions, Anastasia. At least I think so. But what about you? Was it worth listening to? Anastasia?
She remained silent for quite some time, making me worry even more if I screwed up somewhere. After a long wait...
Interesting.
Huh?
I've heard of this before. A long time ago. Such an endeavor existed when Hoshin was still alive.
Hoshin is...
Hoshin of the Wastes was the hero who founded the city-state of Kararagi, as well as the basis for Miss Anastasia's family name. Yep, that's who we're named after. Anyway, Natsuki, you called this a lottery? I think I've read documents before calling what Hoshin did the same exact thing.
Huh? What?
The documents recounting Hoshin's legacy left behind in Kararagi. While an interesting subject, what's most curious is, Subaru, how did you learn of this? Moreover, you've passed along this information to Miss Anastasia, who has taken the great hero's name.
Oh. Subaru... So, wait. What? Are they Huh? I'm now super confused.
I can only assume there's some other meaning to all of this.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to play out like this.
This is bad. I really did screw up. I don't know how, but it's like I've stepped on a landmine. They say some ancient dude thought of the same thing in the past, but how was I supposed to know? I never thought they'd consider this a provocation either.
I apologize if we said anything out of place.
Miss Amelia.
But I can assure you that Subaru does not harbor any ill intent. He always does his utmost. So I apologize if there are any misunderstandings. Please, forgive us.
Mealy.
No need to worry. It's true I was surprised, but there'd be no point in provoking me here of all places. I simply see it as an amusing coincidence. However, I commend you for coming across such coincidences.
Miss Anastasia, does that mean...
Natsuki, your lottery idea is a good one. I thank you deeply for sharing it with me. But implementing such a system would still be rather difficult, even for someone like me.
I feel relieved, but surprised that even you would have trouble with it. It might be tough to make happen, but I know you of all people understand that nothing ever comes to fruition so easily.
Of course. I do have the confidence to say that if I started it in Kararagi, it would be received very well. But this is the kingdom of Lagunica. The Hoshin company doesn't have a solid foothold here yet. Considering the scale and labor needed to implement it, it's currently no more than a fleeting dream. That's why after Hoshin died, no one has been able to pull it off.
Interesting. Hearing that makes me groan at such a tough prospect. Bringing modern knowledge with me here doesn't always equate to immediate major profit. It just makes me realize how much more history there is here than I've come to realize. At this rate, nothing will happen, but the moment I think that... By the way, I just want to say that when D&D players try to use modern knowledge, because I see this the basis of a lot of D&D stories where players take modern knowledge of science or, you know, a lottery or something and try to introduce it into the D&D settings, and the DMs in most of the stories I see wind up groaning about it, like, I can't believe you're doing this, but I guess I have to let it happen. But you could always do stuff like this, you know, remind the players that it's not so easy to influence the entire world with an idea in a magical fantasy setting. You know, in a modern setting where you have internet or all sorts of systems, sure, but in a fantasy world, it's not so easy to, like I said, to just change everything because you try applying modern physics.
Huh? That's...
All right, that's enough for you. You've had too much for one night.
Please leave me be. I'm totally finished now, for real.
Jeez, you're hopeless.
Yeah, that's right. I'm completely hopeless.
Oh, it's Otto.
I used all my money to buy some high-quality oil. I was gonna bring it all to Gusteco and make it big. Well, I was supposed to anyway.
Yeah, I heard it all before. The northern border's closed off, right? Tough luck. Why not exchange it all for something more profitable here?
It's not that easy. Besides, I've only got the oil on me. If I take it back, then... everyone will see my blunder. Even if I try to recover a fraction of what I lost out on, they'll just take advantage of me and I'll really be in the red. Oh, I'm done for now. It's too much to handle. If this is the end of the line for me, I'd at least like to have some peace of mind. So give me another.
You've already had enough to knock out 5 full-grown men. I guess being able to hold down your drinks isn't always a good thing. But here.
Even when I try to drown myself, I can't even get drunk.
Oh, poor Otto.
You seem to be in a pretty tough spot. What exactly happened to you?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing. It's just that my entire life is over. Lux abandoned me and now I'm here. Such is the story of my life.
So that's why you're so desperate. Which means you've got nothing left to lose, right?
Huh? What are you trying to say?
Simple, really? We'll save you, and you save us.
Okay, so now we're gonna use Otto to spread the lottery idea. Loop 4, day 7.
Good morning, Subaru. Did you sleep well?
Morning, Mealy. Yeah, I slept like a log. All my hard work today will open up a path for you after all. I need to give it everything I've got.
I see. That's true. But don't be too reckless. It's better if nothing happens along the way.
Yeah, I know. But...
I want to overdo it for Amelia. That's my true feeling.
Well, she'd just get mad if I said that. So I'll stay quiet for now.
Please do not worry, Miss Amelia. No matter what happens, I will not allow a single finger to be laid upon Subaru.
Oh, Rem. Morning.
Yes, good morning. You are as dignified as ever, Subaru.
Am I? I guess I'm more composed with my sense of duty.
Huh. Do not get so carried away.
Rom.
Do be moderate, Barusu.
Oh,
Fools who slacken their resolves are the first to die on the battlefield. Though it is a waste to tell you such things.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I'm constantly slacking?
Yes.
Rom, your comments are...
An exaggeration. If that is what you honestly believe, you are far better off staying at the inn. It would be less of a burden on Rem and I's shoulders.
Well...
Don't worry about it too much, Subaru. Rom is just in a bad mood. She'll be away from Roswell since she can't come with us to the Royal Castle.
Oh,
Miss Amelia.
Don't make such a scary face, Rom. If you're so worried about Subaru, you can just tell him and he'll understand.
Rom, are you really worried about me?
Disgusting.
Disgusting?
That is just Sister's way of expressing her affection, Subaru.
In what kind of primitive culture is disgusting a way of expressing affection?
Just be quiet, Barusu. Regardless, Miss Amelia, about today's plans.
Yes, I know. Roswell and I were called to the Royal Castle.
It's time for Amelia to get interrogated.
The Council of Wise Men, huh? Mealy, about that.
Oh, don't think about it too much. Crochet and Anastasia already told me what to expect. I hate being talked down to, but if I know the reason behind it going in, I can bear it.
In fact, I feel worse for the Council of Wise Men, wasting their time trying to hide a plan that we are already aware of.
It's kind of like finding out about a surprise party.
I also see how stupid I was for taking that surprise seriously and getting mad at the Council of Wise Men.
Gotta switch gears here. Do your best, Mealy. I'll do what I can, too.
Yes, of course I will. But will the rest of you really be okay? I'm sure there's no need to worry with Ram and Rem by your side, but...
As I said earlier, I will not let anyone harm Subaru in any... Should anything happen, at least Subaru will be left unscathed.
Talk about a worst-case scenario. It's not good if I'm the only one who survives. We've all got to make it out alive.
Yes. Today's planning is necessary for all of us to get through this royal selection situation. If someone were to end up a casualty because of it, I'd never be able to live it down. I'd rather die than let that happen.
That'd be really terrifying. So please, stay safe, Rem.
Yes, I shall do my best. If you are so worried about me, Subaru.
Of course I am. Same goes for Ram. Don't do anything reckless.
Pervert.
Pervert?
What's so obscene about that?
It seems you three really will be fine on your own. Then...
Yeah, they just make all their opponents feel very uncomfortable.
Good morning. Is this where Miss Amelia is lodging?
Huh? We have a visitor?
Melty.
And that voice just now.
Ah, Miss Amelia. Good morning.
Melty? Tiga? What are you doing here so early in the morning?
Good morning, Miss Amelia. I know we just spoke yesterday, so I apologize for the sudden visit.
No, that's fine, but... Is there something you need from me?
Yeah, it's so early, it must be something really bad. Don't tell me!
Yes?
Did that masked freak pay you a visit this time?
What? Really? Oh no.
We need to run away!
We must defeat him.
Miss Amelia.
No? But there's a bad man on the loose, right?
So then, we cannot allow you to be so reckless, Miss Amelia.
Oh, how pathetic, Barasu.
Running away is the best chance to avoid danger. Besides, if I said I'd fight, then...
You are so reckless, Barasu.
It doesn't matter what I say!
Exactly.
Anyway, can we explain ourselves now?
I'm sorry. So you're not here because you were chased away?
It's nothing serious. The guards have stepped up their patrols. Perhaps because of what Subaru said earlier. That suspicious man. A clown in a mask, was it? We haven't seen him at all, right, Mel? Mel?
Oh, yes, that's right, Tiga. And it's all thanks to Subaru.
See? Because she knows.
Really? That's kinda embarrassing. But I'm glad I was able to gather enough info to alert everyone.
Still, I doubt this means we shouldn't be cautious. Wolf didn't seem like a pushover. He was always repelled by he was only repelled by Rem and Al working together. His spiteful words as he left sent a shiver down my spine. A guy with feelings that extreme wouldn't abandon his target just because a few more guards patrolling around.
Don't let your guard down, alright? Better safe than sorry.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, if that's not why you've paid us a visit, then why have you come here? Is it more of a playdate?
No, Mealy. Of all things, they wouldn't just come here to play.
Actually, yes. That's exactly it.
Seriously?
Although, I think calling it a playdate is rather misleading. You went to the trouble of visiting us yesterday, but we had to cut it short so Mel could say her daily prayer, remember? She felt so bad about that.
I wanted to talk to you some more, Miss Amelia. So I pestered Tiga into allowing me to visit you today.
So that's why you came to see her. You're more than welcome, but...
Right. I apologize, but to tell the truth, I've been summoned to the royal castle today.
Ah, by the Council of Wise Men?
Yes, so I need to get going soon. I'm so sorry. You went out of your way to come here.
No, I'm the one who's sorry. This is divine retribution for barging in on someone without asking first.
Divine retribution?
The heavens must be quite prepared to so readily hand out punishment.
I'd hate to live under a heaven that punishes you for trying to be thoughtful.
Regardless, I do see that this was bad timing. Are you all going to accompany Miss Amelia then?
No, only Miss Amelia and Lord Roswell will be heading to the royal castle.
Where is Roswell
Rem
anyway?
and everyone else have another matter to tend to.
Oh? Something of higher priority than escorting Miss Amelia to the royal castle?
I don't like the way you said that. There's a method to our madness, and it might just benefit the entire royal capital.
Everyone in the royal capital, you say?
Sounds interesting. Do you mind telling us?
Let's see. Should I, Mealy?
I don't think there's any reason we should keep quiet about it. You're not the type to keep secrets from your friends anyway, right, Subaru?
Alright, then with Mealy's permission. Tiga?
Huh? What's up?
Seeing as you came here with Melty, I assume you have time to spare today?
I wouldn't say I have spare time, but I don't have any plans for now. Escorting Mel is my main duty.
That's perfect. Then do you want to join in?
Join in? In what?
It'd be troubling if you were suckering us into something dubious like gambling. I'm a deeply devout man. Allegedly.
Allegedly?
Devout
I love
people
it.
wouldn't say that. Anyway, it's rather simple. We might have a way to take out the Dusk Bandits.
Oh.
We were supposed to meet here.
Mr. Natsuki, over here!
Ah,
There's Otto.
Over here! So, how did it go?
hey, morning to you too. I had a good dream last night.
I see. That's great to hear. So, how did the business offer turn out?
Right, I'll introduce you. You met Rem yesterday, but this is her sister Rom.
Okay.
Oh, yes, hello. No, wait, but before that,
Sure is some nice weather today. Definitely a good day for a picnic.
you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Is it that fun pushing my buttons?
Yes, yes, it is Otto. I love that his character is extremely supportive. He's a very good guy, and he's probably one of the few people who genuinely supports Subaru as a close friend, but is constantly just walked over, and I love it.
I feel like I was born for this. Don't make me say something like that. It's so embarrassing.
That really is embarrassing. What a sad life.
You are so noisy with your complaints. Well, Barusu, what exactly is this?
Don't treat him like a thing. This guy's the key to everything.
He's a traitor. His name's Otto. As of yesterday, he's on the verge of bankruptcy.
In other words, he is a merchant who lacks talent for the trade.
You sisters are so harsh. It may sound like I'm making excuses, but I have confidence in my skills.
Yeah, he had a great idea, but
I just had a bit of bad luck.
Nobody blames everything on bad luck as passionately as this guy.
Anyway, that's enough of my sob story. Mr. Natsuki, what about our promise?
because, where was it? There was an actual reference to it somewhere. Because he wants to sell to Gusteco. Compromise because the border's been closed off. Could have sworn there was another.
Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you a bit. Here, this is the contract. Roswell's signature is right there.
Wow! I'll read it over at once. There's no mistake. This is the real deal. I've done it. I finally sold off all that oil.
All that's left is to deliver it to the manor. Now then, that settles that matter.
Very nice.
Yes, thank you for your patronage. You really saved me. I owe you my life, Mr. Natsuki.
Your real savior is Lord Roswell. After all, he is the one who is paying you.
Well, I'd be happier if your debt of gratitude was toward Mealy, not me. Also,
Ah, yes, I know. What you requested yesterday. You kept your promise to buy my oil, so I'll keep my end of the bargain as well. With
Of
that
course.
said, excuse me, over here!
Mr. Otto, are they the ones?
Yes, they're the ones I mentioned. You require an escort, right?
Well, yes, that's true, but...
The young man eyes us uneasily. I get how he feels. After all, he heard about strong guards and says he sees me. Instead, he sees me and a pair of maids.
I apologize for sounding rude, but I wasn't looking for servants.
whoa, hang on. I get why you're so hesitant, but there's nothing to worry about. It's true that these two maids are highly skilled with housework, but they don't just cook and clean. Underneath those maid outfits, they're all-purpose sisters who guard over the manor.
I see.
I do not agree with how Barusu phrased it, but I cannot say he is in the wrong.
Yes, we will strive to meet Subaru's... no, your expectations.
I also take responsibility for recommending them. I think they'll serve you well.
Do you have any proof of that?
Go ahead and tell him yourself, Mr. Natsuki.
Yeah, it's simple, really. We won't be the only ones guarding you. Someone who can really hold their own will be joining us. I can vouch for their expertise.
Solemn? Oh, it would be Solemn and Puka.
Oh, you're already here, Subaru?
Oh, it's Tiga.
Yeah, we were
Right.
waiting for you. You didn't get lost along the way, did you?
Don't worry, I'm not a child. Besides, your friend kinda stands out.
Friend.
He is referring to me, of course.
Julius.
So you're here too, Julius.
That's quite the greeting. Miss Anastasia commanded me to be here, so how could I refuse?
Tiga, Julius. Wow, this is quite
I guess since you're here, you better give it your all.
That is what I intend on doing. Miss Anastasia will be rather pleased if we manage to settle everything today.
Yeah.
Mr. Natsuki, are they...
That's right. They're our extra protection today. As you can tell, they've got some skills.
I am sure I will be of some use to you.
If the finest is only of some use, I won't be much more help.
Don't worry, you're way more help than me. I don't even have a sword.
Is that supposed to inspire me?
Yes.
Don't look so dejected. You said you'd help, but I start to worry when you look like that.
Well, what little power I have, I intend on using. If the Dusk Bandits should appear, we can't just ignore them.
I see.
I apologize again
high
if the fan
hopes.
is loud, but I got really
By the
warm.
way, what about Melty? How did you convince her to stay behind?
Well...
It was pretty careless of me to bring up something so serious at the inn, after all.
Oh boy, she's
Feel
gonna
bad
fall
for
out.
tearing you away from her, but what did you say?
And she's gonna wind up with the credit. At the end, when Melty heard about us guarding the traders and the fact that the Dust Bandits could appear, she had a pretty intense reaction.
She was incredibly persistent about wanting to help out. Even I could feel the pressure.
Yes, about that. I'm sorry if she alarmed you.
Well, I get how she feels. I have trouble stopping Mealy when she gets like that too. So...
I'm sorry I'm late!
Huh?
Yep.
It took a while to prepare, but I'm totally ready now.
Wait, what? Melty?
Subaru, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
I'm the one who's confused here. Does this shocked face look like an act to you? Hey, Tiga! What's going on here?
You said it yourself. It's hard to talk Miss Amelia out of something when she sets her mind to it. My Mel is the same way.
That's
So
no
Melty's
excuse.
gonna get all the credit
Taking
this
Melty
time.
along with us is totally not okay.
Calm down, Subaru.
How can I calm down? Say something about this!
I understand how you feel, but don't cause such a ruckus. Miss Melty is still just an ordinary person.
What?
With the royal selection postponed, the royal candidates have yet to be revealed to the public. If word of this spreads, anyone with reprehensible intentions may come out of the woodwork. For instance, that man in the mask.
I see. Your face may get on my nerves, but you make a really good point.
Ignoring your former remark, I am glad you understand. Now all that's left is...
Right. We have to convince Melty ourselves. It seems Tiga's pretty useless in that regard.
I apologize.
It's my responsibility as the one who asked you here. Melty, I have something
She's
to talk
already
to...
taken
I'm Melty, one of those helping you out today. I'll do my best not to cause any trouble.
Oh, yes. No, not at all. I'd like to say the same to you. I'm much obliged.
Yep, too
Yes.
late.
I look forward to working together.
He's hopeless.
The way Melty is liked by everyone is what makes her so adorable.
Goodness. It seems this journey won't be easy.
I'll do my very best not to hold you back. I'm excited to work with everyone. Yes, likewise. We will be counting on you, since you specialize in healing magic. I'm still no match compared to more experienced healers, though.
There is no need for such modesty. The men will surely act as meat shields for us.
Meat shields? That sounds powerful.
No, they will be sacrificed to save us.
We're going to sacrifice them?
Yes. Sacrifice the men.
On the other hand...
What is it?
Is something bothering you?
Not really. Just realizing that I don't enjoy being surrounded by a bunch of good-looking guys.
Oh, is that a compliment? It seems Subaru is praising us by calling us handsome.
I would prefer to be evaluated by my swordsmanship or knightly conduct, but I appreciate this as well. It seems even you are capable of honest praise.
Don't put words in my mouth!
But it is what you said. Man, Julius drives me crazy. We just aren't compatible down to the DNA. It was cruel of Anastasia to make us bring him along. We've been hired by a young trader to guard him on the road. Our goal is to secure his gratitude, allowing us to meet with his caravan.
In order to make the lottery a reality, we will need the required assets, an understanding of its mechanisms, and implement it on a grand scale. If we can borrow the influence of a caravan, it'll be possible to get everything up and running.
That'll help move things along really quick. Otto may look like an ordinary guy, but he's the one who can hook us up with a caravan.
You didn't need to add the part about me being ordinary. Besides, there is something else, Mr. Natsuki. Something I need fulfilled.
I know. The oil, right? I'll talk to Roswell about that. So...
I'll recommend your group as guards to an acquaintance of mine trying to link back up with the caravan. That much I understand.
What thorough preparations? Unless... Has luck played a hand in this too? How amusing, Natsuki. In that case, Julius, can I ask a favor?
Whatever you wish, Miss Anastasia.
Then, tomorrow, can you accompany Natsuki and go to the caravan? I'd hate to just leave everything to him, only for negotiations to fall through.
What? Him? But Anastasia, that's...
No.
Plus, she'll
this
find it
matter is
funny.
settled. You wish for us to be allies, right? Then what better time than now to start getting along with one another?
Then I will be seeing you tomorrow. Not to worry, I am reluctant about this as well.
They're best
Don't
friends.
fight!
And so, Anastasia cornered me into this situation. Of course, Julius is welcome for his fighting prowess, but...
What is it? You've been staring at me for a while.
Nothing. I'm totally not thinking about how if you weren't here, Melty, Tika, and I would have had a fun picnic together.
It seems to me you just admitted to thinking exactly that.
Come on, Subaru. Just accept the reality of the situation and grow up. He's cooperating with us, but you're being rude to him.
Are you really taking his side?
Yes.
This is a serious problem. What exactly did you do to him, Julius?
I think it was in one of the previous loops.
Sorry, I have no idea. I don't remember doing anything to him that would make him react with such hostility toward me.
I get why they're confused. I'm the only one who remembers how awful the first meeting between Julius and me was.
But I won't forget. That time you slobbered all over Mealy's pure hand.
He's making some pretty disgraceful claims about you.
He can say what he wants. I say to compare our usual behavior and determine whether his nonsense is believable or not.
You think you're so cool.
But he is cool.
I was about to say,
Just
he is
accept your
cool.
loss here, Subaru.
The judge has confirmed my defeat. He was probably paid off.
You'd go that far just to win, huh?
As the victor, I will brush aside that comment. Regardless, she is quite the mystery.
Do you mean Melty? What's so mysterious about her? I think the other candidates are way more eccentric. Melty is much more soothing to the soul.
After all, the others are a noble, an arrogant despot, a foreign merchant, and a back alley princess.
Mealy is extraordinarily cute, but Melty is a solid runner-up.
Well now, that'll be good to keep in the back of my mind. Next time we meet, I'll be sure to report that to Miss Amelia.
Don't tell her that!
Nothing good would come from it. I know they'd both just be offended.
You reflect on that while we get back to the topic at hand. Miss Melty is quite the enigma.
Like Subaru, I must also ask what you mean by that. I'm curious to hear the finest's evaluation of my Mel.
It is how she carries herself, and the aura she has about her. Of course, I believe her being a nun from the Transcendent Dragon Church is part of that. She's easy to approach, and her tone of voice and articulation. Both are pure and seem to be learned traits. At the very least, one is not born with such skills.
I don't get it. What exactly are you trying to say?
It is quite draining to lecture a bad student, but I mean that Miss Melty's very being is somewhat irregular. Like a bird that normally cannot swim, but learned through grueling effort.
I feel like your beliefs are obscured by that poetic tongue of yours.
Honestly, Julius's analysis doesn't click with me at all. I know they're going to probably explain it more clearly in a second, but for the sake of me having something to say, I'm guessing he's saying that it's strange for more or less a peasant with no known background to be acting like a noble, speaking like a noble. Still, I try to explain it my own way, summarizing his remarks.
Bird that learned how to swim. Do you mean she's a hard worker?
More or less. There's no mistaking that. Miss Melty must have made strenuous efforts to get to where she is today.
That's it? Why didn't you say that from the start? You're always so cryptic about these things.
It's a nasty habit of mine. I'll try to be more direct next time.
Yeah, you should. Hey, Tiga, you okay?
Huh?
You've been quiet for a while. Was his analysis so off the mark you were struck speechless?
Even if he did think as much, asking such a thing so openly in front of me is quite rude, is it not?
What a sore loser!
Ah, you're a troublesome one.
Yep, Julius shakes his head in disappointment, and I snap back. Then, as we glare at each other...
Off the mark? Not at all. I guess he is not the finest for nothing.
Tiga? Did you just say something?
No, nothing. I just hope nothing happens along the way.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Although we can't say for sure just yet.
While I would have loved to share Tiga's earnest hope, I feel conflicted not being able to do so. If we link up with the caravan without incident, we might fulfill our goal. In that case, the Dust Bandits would be left unchecked. Their victims still won't be able to sleep at night. We stopped the Dust Bandits before, and I saw the people who were saved as a result, so I feel a sense of responsibility. A responsibility to get rid of them, to save the people terrorized by them.
I won't be able to sleep at night.
Are you okay, Subaru?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Did I have a scary look on my face?
No, not at all. You're not scary, not one bit. Nope.
It's not very convincing.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. More importantly, how are you holding up, Melty? Suddenly joining us like this.
I appreciate your concern, but I decided to do this myself. I wanted to help out.
You're pretty brave, Melty, but you're a nun. Escorting a traitor isn't part of your duties, right?
About your
That's
daily
not actually
prayer?
the case. I visit other churches all over the place, so I travel quite a lot.
Ah, no wonder. You seem pretty used to all this wandering around.
Huh? Really? What makes you think that?
Well, you don't have a lot of luggage. My first impression was that you'd be dragging around a bunch of unnecessary crap.
You had the wrong idea.
Sorry. So, you're used to traveling, huh? Have you ever been outside Lagunica?
Yes, I have. My hometown isn't actually part of the Kingdom of Lagunica.
Wait, you're not from around here?
That's right. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Really?
Oh boy.
Well, I guess being a foreigner does hurt
Foreigner.
your chances as a royal candidate.
Anastasia isn't from Lugunica either, but she's a grand merchant in Kararagi, which is enough prestige to overcome that issue.
Subaru? About what I just said?
Now, what to do with this info?
Subaru?
I'm joking. Don't worry, it'll be our little secret.
Yes, thank you very much. Phew, what a relief.
But can I ask you something? Where exactly are you from, Melty?
We're from Faradar.
Faradar?
It's very far south from here. That's where I lived
Faradar.
with my family.
Melty gazes out the window of the dragon carriage as she speaks. The dragon carriage moves fast enough to overtake the wind. The scenery is probably much different from her homeland. Still, the emotion in her eyes as she fondly remembers the past stirs my heart. A home so far out of reach. In that sense, Melty and I have something in common. We spend a while together in silence until... dusk fades.
Whoa! So soft. Score!
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Hey, Subaru! Get away from Mel! Also...
We've stopped all of a sudden. There's no mistake something's happened.
Could it be bandits? In that case, sister.
Yes, I know. I shall take a look, so stay quiet for now. Also die, Barasu.
No, wait! I'm sorry!
I manage to stand and help Melty up, who had squished me. When I look over, I see Rom with her eyes closed. She's using her clairvoyance, a special ability that allows her to synchronize her sight with others. Finally, after several moments, Rom speaks.
The caravan ahead of our dragon carriage is being attacked. Is that...
The Dusk Bandits!
Bandit time.
You should have been more careful than to camp around here.
Go, go, go! Steal, steal, steal! It's been too long. This ain't nearly enough to satisfy us!
What kind of dialogue is that?
Stop, please!
Yeah, scream! Run away! I'll never get tired of this!
Wait!
What?
Please wait. I'll give you whatever you want, without resistance. So please, don't kill anyone. We won't resist in any way.
Quit your whining!
Oh. He did.
Leader! You won't put up a fight? What a joke! You can't resist us! You can't do anything! You're not in charge here anymore. Your lives, business, belongings, everything! We'll do whatever we damn well please with it. That's what it means to have power.
Please don't.
Pathetic. You really are weak. I can't watch this anymore. Guys, put him out of his misery.
It's nothing personal. Open your eyes, you coward! Take the... Huh?
Okay. There we go.
That scream. What the hell? He went flying!
Alzuma?
Who did that? If you think I'm gonna let you off easy for that, then...
Then what?
Of course we wouldn't ignore such blatant acts of barbarism.
It's tough to rile me up, but this is really making my blood boil.
What? Who are you?
No need to worry. We have no names to offer you.
We're following your footsteps here. You did say something similar, if I recall.
Those with power get to do as they please. It's an easy concept to understand. However, those who talk like that never expect to wind up on the losing side. Now.
Go!
Who said you could give the order?
Why would I not? I will focus on giving out orders from the back. Do not be idle, Barasu. Dance for me.
Dancing won't help anyone.
Sounds
I'm gonna
like
do what needs
people
to
I
be
know.
done.
There are people who tell me that whenever I'm bored I should dance. I don't dance. Never have, never will.
Bring the injured over here. I'll help them with my healing magic. Subaru, you help too.
Got it. Hey, leader, can you stand?
Yes, I think so. But who are you? And can you really take on the Dust Bandits with only 3 people?
Oh, don't worry about them. They'll be fine. But you...
I lend a shoulder to the unconvinced leader, looking at Rem and the others as they start fighting the Dust Bandits. Bandits specialize in tormenting the weak, but what can they do if they're faced with overwhelming power?
Their best plan of action now is to run for their lives.
Through the skies over the plains, the screams of the bandits could be heard along with the sounds of destruction that were almost pleasant to hear.
You really came through for us back there. How could we ever repay you?
The leader, who invited us to his tent, bows deeply. The Dust Bandits were soundly annihilated by Rem, Julius, and Tiga. The caravan had been successfully defended. Greatly relieved, it's natural for the merchants and their leader to be overjoyed.
No, please. We're just glad everyone's safe. It's mostly thanks to the incredible foresight of the merchant who brought us.
No, not at all. It's all because you and everyone else helped us, Mr. Natsuki.
You should take credit where it's due, you know?
Think nothing of it. If anything, it was good of Mr. Otto for having recommended you to me.
I don't think he deserves that much credit. All right then, we happily accept your words of gratitude.
While Otto's contribution was big, it'd be annoying if he took all the credit.
Anyway, Rem and Melty are caring for the injured. What about the rest of the caravan?
Yes, about that. While we have people capable of using healing magic, they were the ones targeted first.
So they started attacking the defensive line. Their strategy seems well thought out. That must be why they're so notorious.
But that ends today. To think we'd actually put them in their place. Subaru certainly has great intuition. It's as if you knew beforehand that they would appear.
Oh, stop. If I knew that, I would have had more people help us out.
It's good that the Dusk Bandits are taken care of, but that won't bring back the people they killed. I had avoided confrontation with them earlier to save Amelia, the manor, and the villagers from the witch cult. I don't intend to forget that. In a way, I chose who would end up hurt here.
Subaru?
It's nothing. It'd be something if I really could predict the future.
I don't understand why you would be so distressed about this. However, it was the right call to bring Tiga, Miss Rem, and I along. If you hadn't, the Dusk Bandits surely would have escaped after thoroughly terrorizing this caravan. Many innocent citizens would have lost more than a place to shop. On behalf of the kingdom, I thank you. I also thank you as a Knight of the Royal Guard. You did indeed show the correct judgment in this situation.
Julius, you really are obnoxious.
I was merely complimenting you. Goodness, you certainly don't make it easy.
Oy. Julius laughs smugly, and I scratch my head while cursing him. I feel a little better, though it bugs me that he's the cause of it.
It seems you have wonderful companions.
He's not my companion. He's not even my friend. He's... Wait, what is he to me? We're something like a dog and a cat.
I don't understand your comparison. Would I be the dog or the cat?
Cunning like a cat or loyal like a dog?
Don't think about it so seriously. Anyway, if you're all right, I have something I wanted to talk to you about.
With me? Then please ask away. I am forever in your debt after all.
Time for the lottery.
So long as it is not a loan, I am willing to listen to your request.
You wouldn't give the person who saved your life any monetary reward?
Human relations are easily warped when money is involved.
I see, so even other worlds share this view. Feeling impressed, I lick my lips and get to the matter at hand. Exterminating the Dust Bandits is a nice bonus, but our true goal...
To tell the truth, the chairwoman of the Hoshin Company, Anastasia Hoshin, would like to form a partnership of sorts with you.
As the leader and merchants look on with interest, I explain the idea of the lottery and the Hoshin Company's cooperation. The caravan had influence in the kingdom and other countries, and with their network, the feasibility of the lottery would increase. It could become a huge business.
That's what we're proposing. So how about it? Is it something you would consider?
It is an interesting proposal, but this Anastasia Hoshin...
Oh? Does something bother you about her?
No. Nothing in particular. Actually, there is something, but it's nothing bad per se.
Go on.
The city-state of Kararagi. It is rife with famous merchants, but the name of the businesswoman who has displayed such acumen despite her young age is well known among us all. After all, the Hoshin Company is a leading figure in Kararagi. Having been born from nothing yet gaining so much, it was no wonder she was called a modern-day Hoshin of the Wastes. As a fellow merchant, I respect her position. In that regard, the opportunity to work with her would certainly be more than enough reason to consider it.
So then...
Mr. Natsuki, you make a wonderful proposal. However, there is one thing I'd like to confirm.
Uh-oh.
Did this proposal truly come from Anastasia Hoshin?
You can rest assured on that end. After all...
I give my word as witness. My master, Miss Anastasia Hoshin, would never rescind on her contracts.
Your master?
Yes. I stake my honor and name as a Knight of the Royal Guard. Julius Eucleus.
Julius? Could you be the finest of knights himself?
Whoa! You've got some major brand recognition.
You may not be the Sword Saint, but the name of the finest is renowned throughout the kingdom. Any merchant with a sharp ear for information would know that title.
He's more popular than I thought.
Why do you act like that only toward Julius?
If Sir Julius, the finest, calls Miss Anastasia his master, does that mean...
I shall avoid any comments on the matter. Nothing has been made public after all.
I see.
The hidden meaning behind the conversation between Julius and the leader is referring to the unannounced matters regarding the royal selection. In fact, neither the candidates nor the event have been announced, so their exchange has been extremely cautious. With that in mind, promoting Amelia to the traitors in that first loop was pretty illogical.
I really regret that now.
I understand. I agree with this arrangement.
Whoa, wait! That was a quick decision! Now that's decisiveness!
It is much appreciated. I assure you that you have nothing to lose in all this.
Oh no. Every man must take some risks in their lives. If it so happens to be a major business deal with a young prodigy, then who am I to turn my back on such an undertaking?
He's the real deal. Well, I can kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, he's clearly hoping for a big payout.
Oh? You want to run a successful business too?
I wonder about that. Do give it more thought, bestie.
Tiga smiles as he calls me bestie. I can tell we're growing closer.
Subaru, what does he mean by bestie?
Don't worry about it. I'll never let the likes of you get the chance to say it.
Why?
Julius really wants to get along. It's so sad. With that, our discussion with the caravan ends safely and we depart back to the royal capital. Come to think of it, I don't know if the anime actually really went into a whole lot about Julius. I know he and Subaru have an understanding at one point, but I really don't remember if it ended with a positive friendship. And I forgot to read that last time.
So the negotiations went well? I'm glad to hear it.
Inside the dragon carriage on the way back, Melty expresses relief at the results of our discussions.
Yeah, we managed, somehow. It's partly thanks to you too, Melty. Thanks. I really mean it.
No, I didn't really do anything. Please do not be so humble. Without Miss Melty, we would not have been able to save so many injured people.
No matter how cute and capable Rem is, healing that many would have been too much to handle. The fact that no one died in this chaos is something we would have been unable to accomplish without you. I think you should be proud.
Rem.
Why are you acting so high and mighty? Only Rem and Melty can use healing magic.
Now. Rom seemed to also be giving treatment effectively. It wasn't just healing magic that helped these people. Right, Rom?
That is Miss Rom to you.
So says Miss Rom.
You're so tough.
The truth is that without the contributions made by Miss Melty and the others, we may not have been able to settle upon our agreement. If there had been casualties rather than just the injured, their leader wouldn't have taken too kindly to our proposal. You have my deepest thanks.
Well,
Mel, that's a really bad habit of yours.
Tita?
Everyone is showing you their genuine gratitude. You should just go ahead and accept it.
But it's so hard to accept praise from...
Or what? Do you think those injured people were just pretending to be grateful?
Tita, you meanie.
Melty says as she pouts her lips, but it looks like the opposite is true to me. Tiga's tone and gaze are always gentle enough to make my chest hurt. I'm sure he adores her from the bottom of his heart. I can see that with my own eyes.
I'm the same way about Mealy. Seems like we both got our fair share of trouble, bestie.
I said it back once and you latched onto it.
What did you expect? Ever since we met, I thought we'd get along really well. Just like after the first time I met Julius, I knew we would never click.
Agreed.
I think you two get along in your own special way.
Miss Melty, is something the matter?
You know, I've never had a frenemy situation before like that. Actually, I'm trying to think, have I ever had somebody... I mean, I've had people that I hate that I had to be cordial to because of business, but not somebody that I was ever openly hostile towards.
just don't know if I should really be happy or not.
That is quite a strange thing to worry about. There should not be anything to deliberate when someone praises you. Miss Melty, you should puff out your small chest with pride.
You didn't have to call it small. But besides, yours is the same size as mine.
I am proud to call myself a most perfect being.
So, Rom believes in flat is justice.
Yes, sister is perfect in every way. Just standing near her always takes Rem's breath away.
Your charm leaves me breathless as well. We are a perfect match.
Indeed, we are. You two get along really well.
Yes, we are sisters after all.
Yes, sisters. I'm jealous. You get to be with your family.
Oh, the dragon carriage returns us safely to the royal capital. After successful negotiation and the defeat of the Dust Bandits, I'm filled with satisfaction. Maybe that's why I've completely forgotten something so important. Mealy's interrogation.
Are you the ones who defeated the Dusk Bandits?
You guys are awesome! You have avenged my husband. I don't know how to thank you.
Ah, crap.
The moment we return to the royal capital, we're met with cheers from a huge crowd of citizens, and I curse my lack of thought. By eliminating the Dust Bandits and sending the captured men to the royal capital, of course word of our achievement would spread. Gleepings and salivations. Rolling with the Flow actually did go to bed. She's had an ear infection for the last couple days, so it got a little overwhelmingly painful tonight. She's got a doctor's appointment soon, though, so... This welcome is exactly like when we defeated them on the road from the estate to the royal capital. Yeah. I do what I can to help her feel better, but there's only so much you can do with pain like that. But she just has to hold out for a couple of days, and then she'll see a doctor and hopefully it'll just go away, but you know.
This is bad. If they find out that our camp did this, they'll know about Amelia.
Is there some issue with that? This would be rather favorable for Miss Amelia's campaign.
I know that, but that's not all there is to it.
Rem's thinking is the same as mine was. It's not wrong if you're only considering the royal selection. This would be great for her image. So we should make it as public as possible in that sense, but...
We haven't fully prepared ourselves yet.
Barusu, I know what you are implying.
Rom?
It would be rather inconvenient for Miss Amelia's name to spread to the public. Is that what you are referring to?
I gulp at Rom's question. It's somewhat off. From what? Common sense, you could say. It's a strangely unnatural question. After all, to make that conclusion, she would need to know the inconveniences that lie ahead.
What do you mean, Rom?
Lord Roswaal said as much. He mentioned that if anything unexpected arose, we should listen to Barusu's advice.
Roswaal said that? About me?
I resent doing so, but Lord Roswaal's orders are absolute, so I shall listen to whatever suggestions you may have, Barusu.
Rom's answer gives me nothing but more questions. However, all I can do is accept it. I feel grateful for Roswaal's willingness to accept anything, even if it's out there. Man, after the last few episodes of ReZero, knowing why Roswaal would say that is pretty wild.
Alright, Rom. If I tell you to spin around 3 times and bark like a dog...
Then I would run around your corpse and bark.
How did I end up a corpse? Anyway, thanks. I really do want to avoid spreading Amelia's name around here. That's why...
I understand. We can have Miss Melty and that knight from Miss Anastasia's camp take the credit. It is regrettable doing so, but if we must... Are you okay with that as well, Rem?
Yes, I understand. While I do not fully comprehend why, whatever Super decides must have a profound reason behind it.
You're going way too far!
What have you been going on about?
Can't you hear their voices of gratitude? It is our duty to respond to them.
Right. But...
Do you have a problem with doing so?
Oh, thank you for the pennies, Dustin.
to be completely honest, it'd be a bit of a hassle if we stood out any more than we already do right now. So...
What? You too, then.
Dustin, have you even seen that you have a special emote? You should have access to the Shining Huzzah.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Regarding Miss Melty and Tiga, they also said they wish for their involvement in subjugating the Dusk Bandits to not be mentioned.
Yep, that one's exclusive for people who've donated a certain amount of bits. I think it's the lowest tier. So, there you go. Congratulations. I think only 5 people have access to that one right now. But for some reason it won't put bit ones on Discord, so...
Say what? Why would they want to do that?
I could ask you the same.
We've got our own circumstances. Where is Melty anyway?
Miss Melty and Tiga already snuck away from the back of the dragon carriage.
That's...
What are you doing? Hurry up and go.
Ram?
Even if Barasu remains here, he will not be useful in mitigating the public's perception.
You wish to speak to Miss Melty, no? We will take care of this issue with Sir Julius, so...
I see. No, this is a big help. Is it really okay of me to ask you to do that?
Huh. Do not make me say it twice.
Yes. Please leave it to us.
Got it. I'm counting on you. Well, I hate to give you all the credit, Julius.
While your circumstances are rather unclear, boosting Miss Anastasia's renown is favorable for us. However...
What now?
If an opportunity should ever present itself, I would like to reveal the truth of the matter regarding today's events. This was all a result of you seeking our help to combine forces. I cannot be so selfish as to monopolize all this praise.
Yeah, I know. Just appreciate the spotlight for the time being. Anyway, I'll leave the rest to you.
Yes. Please be careful, Subaru.
Julius
Hey!
is burnt.
Wait up!
Subaru?
What is it?
Don't give me that, that's my line. You surprised me with your disappearing act back there.
Sorry about that. I guess I just felt a bit uncomfortable.
What, you mean with all the cheering? But don't you think you should be praised for the good deeds you did?
Then, did you come get us to bring us back there, Subaru?
No, I ran out of there too.
Then you're the same as us!
Were you getting jittery too, Subaru?
I guess we're all just a bunch of jitterbugs.
Jitterbug.
I have my own reasons, so I don't want to be in the limelight right now. It'd just get in the way of my job as a hero.
Hero?
No, don't think about it, Mel. There's no point questioning him further on that.
You sound like you know me so well.
We were besties before I knew it, after all.
Anyway, that's why I slipped away. I also wanted to thank you two properly. Thanks for working with us. Especially you, Melty. Fighting bandits could have been dangerous for you.
No, it's fine. I'm the one who made you take me with you.
That really scared me personally. When we saw the Dusk Bandits, I thought we were in real trouble having brought Mel along.
Are you treating me like a child again?
Now, that's not what I mean. I just didn't want you to see my scary fighting face.
You mean your face is scary? It's too late for that. I've already seen your face.
Your faith in me might plummet if you saw a side of me you aren't used to seeing.
It's also possible her heart might skip a beat or two seeing your wild side come out.
I didn't think about that. Is it true, Mel? Did your heart flutter?
Not really. You're always so cool, Tiga.
You're being nice to me? Are you an imposter?
Just take the compliment!
Jeez. There you go teasing me again, Tiga.
That sounds
Maybe
familiar.
she doesn't trust you because you say stuff like this all the time.
If I could stop being like this, we wouldn't be where we've been for so long.
Tiga's remark is piteous, and I can't tell whether he's given up or
It
not.
must be rough having this guy as your childhood friend, Melty.
Yes, but that's not all there is to him. Tiga is always helping me. He even came with me when I joined the church. Even though he probably has other things he wants to do. Tiga always makes me his #1 priority. That's why I'm always
Always what?
being helped. By Tiga and many others.
Mel.
I don't think you need to let it weigh on your mind so much. People do what they want to do.
That's not good enough. I can't be content with that. That's why, even today,
Her heavy muttering sounds full of remorse and self-admonishment. What could be bothering her so much? I want to ask her, but...
Enough.
What?
The sudden exclamation stops me in surprise. When I see where it's coming from, I'm surprised even more. Standing there is... That was... Solemn.
Solemn?
Yes.
What are you doing here? Is this a coincidence? Or maybe not. Meeting you like this in the royal capital must mean...
Solemn, wait.
Huh? What's going on?
I didn't hear anything about this. Why are you here? Typical. At least explain yourself in your own words every once in a while.
Tiga shouts with unconcealed anger as he faces the quiet Solemn. His unexpected forcefulness immediately silences me. Tiga and Solemn are from the same village, yet they're arguing, and I'm more than likely involved in their discussion. But I don't know what's really happening. I'm left out.
Stop fighting! Why are you two even arguing? Melty, say something. Melty?
I ask Melty for support since I don't think I can handle it myself, but looking at her leaves me breathless once more. Melty's face has gone pale. She stares at Solemn in a daze. She shakes her head in refusal, breathing out hoarsely.
No. Why?
Mel, calm down. I'll settle this. So,
Calm down. Don't joke like that. You're the one who needs to calm down, Tiga. You're blind to this whole situation. You have your own job to do. Remember that.
Puka, you...
Solemn remains silent, and Tiga's expression changes. Melty cowers in fear as Puka, so terribly cold, speaks. What exactly is this? What's going on? What are they trying to do? The only thing I know for sure is...
Don't ignore me! I can tell I'm involved in this somehow. What are you all talking about?
Subaru.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Subaru Natsuki. Don't think you can just ignore a loudmouth like me and continue your conversation in peace. I can blab on and on forever. So if you don't want to experience that, you better fix your attitude.
The moment I say this...
Sorry, but we won't be chatting for very long.
What?
Suddenly, flames spout and shroud my sight, but I quickly dodge out of the way. Not a moment later, the flames scorch the road black right where I was standing.
If I hadn't dodged that just now... Hey, Puka! What are you...
Before I can finish, a faintly sweet aroma wafts through the air. It's mixed with the burnt stench of the road, yet I can recall this hot, sweet scent.
Don't tell me this is...
The last time I smelled this was from an intense battle that feels long past, when I faced that dangerous person.
Whoa, you've got to be kidding me.
Solemn! Puka, stop!
Not a chance. Stand down, Tiga, and take Melty away.
But...
Those are the instructions given to us. Or do you have it in you to disobey for once?
Damn it! Come on, Mel!
No! Tiga! We can't! At this rate, Subaru will...
Melty clings to Tiga while screaming with a screaming plea. However, Tiga pulls her by the arm and tries to flee with her. She shouts desperately as she grabs his own arm.
Tiga, please! Listen to me!
I'm sorry, Mel. I can't give in to your pleas. I can't do as you tell me.
An expression of despair spreads across Melty's face. Her large eyes fill with tears as she looks at me. Tears stream down her white cheeks.
Subaru!
I don't know what's going on here, but...
Who should I glare at? Solemn, Puka, or Tiga? The details are too vague, and my field of vision turns bright red. The only thing I can say with certainty is...
How can you all gang up on a girl and make her cry like this?
Oh, good grief. What an agonizing thing to hear.
Agreed.
Tiga's expression turns bitter, and Puka smiles dryly. Then, after a short mutter, Solemn slowly takes out a certain mask I recognize from his pocket. that means.
You're Wolf, the malevolent masked magician!
In silence, he puts on the mask. After covering his body with a black robe, his attitude totally changes.
My turn. It's my turn now.
What the hell?
You've got to be kidding me!
I had a feeling, but it's so weird. I had a certain expectation the moment I recognized that flame with a sweet aroma, but this change wasn't it. After changing his appearance to Wolf, Solemn laughs like a different person, then points at me with his malice on full display. There's no trace of the unsophisticated young man, awkward yet kind, who brings lost children home to their parents.
Was it all an act? Hey! Answer me, Solemn!
Sorry to interrupt your shouting, but he can't hear you now. You see, he's deeply, soundly asleep.
What?
That weakling's time is over. Now I get to do as I please. Don't you worry, Puka. I'll get the job done.
I certainly don't doubt you. That's why I'm lending you my power.
Good, good, good. I'm getting excited. Our opponent's super weak, but bullying the weak is my true calling.
Should you really be causing such a ruckus? We're on the main road in the royal capital. Someone could interfere like last time.
Ha! I appreciate the concern, but I won't screw up again. Take a good look.
Okay, so Solemn is a split personality? At Wolf's prompting, I slowly look around and realize what he means. This is a road in the royal capital, in the shopping district, yet there are no people. What's going on?
This place is normally so crowded. What did you do?
Seems you finally noticed. It's just a little old trick of mine.
A trick?
This.
Saying that, Wolf thrusts his hand towards me. I scowl at the gesture, but I immediately realize what he wants to show me. When I see them, I can't hide my shock. On his palms.
Are those eyes on your hands?
Sorry if it looks a little creepy. Call it a family trait. Think of it like someone's natural hair color or the number of fingers you're supposed to have. This is the backbone of my special skill. Approaching this place makes you feel more exhausted. Wouldn't that make you want to leave?
Despite Wolf's teasing manner of speech, I get the gist of what he's done. The strange eyes on his palms gives him the power to suck mana from others, and he used that to keep everyone away. Merely approaching this area makes your body feel a little more tired. He's made good use of that subtle discomfort.
Yes, 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 that's a good reaction. It was well worth explaining my trick. You're a good audience member. Which is why this is most regrettable. Once that sick woman put her eyes on you, it was all over. So tragic.
Do you ever shut up?
Oh? Not gonna beg for your life.
You're gonna kill me anyway. But you'll leave the other two alone, won't you?
Facing Wolf, I ask about Melty and Tiga, who are standing behind me.
Subaru.
I can tell you two are somehow related to all this, but that's another story altogether.
We won't touch a single hair on their heads.
Well, that's a relief. Then all that's left for me is to resist you with everything I've got.
Resist us, huh? You don't even have that demon girl with you. Your little ace in the hole. What makes you think you can beat me?
I don't. But even if I know I won't, this is just one of those times where I've gotta put up a fight anyway.
My legs shake, my voice trembles. My show of courage is an obvious bluff. How much can I resist? Am I going to die here?
How sad, being so powerless. If only your heart was just as weak, you could have given up and made it easier for yourself.
Give up? Sorry, but I've never even heard of such a phrase.
I have to resist with everything I've got. Filled with that determination, I smile, then...
Little brat.
Wolf spits out those words and charges at me. He's too fast. I can't react at all. At the precise moment his attack is about to reach me.
Stop! Please, stop! Big brother!
Big Melty's shout echoes into the glowing evening sky. I'm in a dark place, time stretching on and on. I'm on a cold floor, feeling like my body's been strewn out on it. I had already been positioned like this when I woke up. My lungs hurt with every hoarse breath and my throat is completely parched. What exactly happened? Why am I in a place like this? In this empty darkness?
Hello? Can you hear me?
In the dark, there's a sudden voice. I don't know. No, I do know it. I know it, but I can't recall whose it is right away. It's not one I'm used to hearing, but it's not my first time hearing it. A voice that's definitely in my memories. This voice's owner is...
It's about time you got up now. If you sleep for too long, you'll be in big trouble.
It's either Sakura, the witch, or Subaru's mom.
Right, Subaru?
Suddenly, something stuck to my face is taken off, and my pitch-black vision turns white. My eyes closed for so long are overwhelmed by even the smallest invasion of light. But the painful shock slowly fades and my vision gradually clears. Then, when my eyes fully open, I find myself in hell.
Ah, you're up. Good morning, Subaru. Or should I say, afternoon.
A smiling woman stands before me. I know this woman, someone who always smiles like that. But her smile now only serves to remind me how terribly abnormal she is. My body is tied up. I can't move. I'm lying down on the bare ground. I can only move my eyes, so I use them to gauge my surroundings. I look around at the inside of the room, then...
Oh dear, what a terrible scream. Your disgust for them might hurt their feelings, you know.
The woman puffs her cheeks. Everything around her is completely packed with creeping figures. At her feet, on the walls, on the ceiling. They're all insects. Insects with bizarre, repulsive appearances that make my skin crawl at the sight of them. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Countless numbers of them crawl throughout the room. A church should be beautiful, solemn, and wondrous. But the sight of such disgusting things crawling around it might truly be blasphemous.
What is this? What the hell is going on here?
Oh, come now. Do calm down. If you make such a fuss, you'll startle the monowasps, you know.
Monowasps? They don't disgust you?
I think they're quite cute, actually.
I can barely contain my disgust, yet this woman, Sakura, only smiles sweetly. Seeing that, I finally realize there's a sharp contrast from her smiles before. This one looks strange and foreign on her face.
Sakura, this church belongs to you?
Yes, very good. I've been doing my due diligence behind the scenes and out in the open this whole time, you know. Yet you surprise me with your inexplicable competence. I was quite flustered trying to keep up.
What did I do?
If I got to use that silver-haired half-devil even a little, most of my goal would have been accomplished. Yet it's thanks to you, Subaru, that it was all for naught.
As I listen, dumbfounded, Sakura counts with her fingers and continues on in discontent.
That band of thugs I hired. The assassin I prepared to add a little tension to things. The imposter story I planted to have everyone jump at shadows.
So the Dusk Bandits, Wolf...
You squashed them all before I even got to fully utilize them. Trying to garner allies for a half-devil of all things. Oh, Subaru, you're so kind.
I'm at a loss for words as Sakura goes on and on about her crafty operations she conducted from behind the scenes. Turn my fan off. So we'll finish this scene and then conclude our stream for the night. Every tormenting obstacle up till now was arranged by Sakura. She was irritated by her succession of failures.
You would go that far?
What was that?
You'd go that far to harm Amelia? You and that bastard.
The one I think of in this moment is my worst enemy, the one who caused the tragedy in the royal capital, Betelgeuse Romane Conti. Sakura calls Amelia half-devil, and considering her schemes, I doubt she's unrelated to the witch cult. Filled with those thoughts, I turn my eyes, now filled with hatred, towards Sakura, but...
Did you say bastard? What an odd way to refer to her. Don't get me wrong. I detest her too, you know. But Mother being a bastard just sounds so strange.
Wait, Mother?
My eyes widen at Sakura's unexpected words.
Do you not know of her? Did I just say something unnecessary? My, what a careless blunder. You really are a strange boy, Subaru. You just make me want to blurt things out. I may just be punished for this like Melty and her friends.
What'd you just say?
Do you really want to know?
What did you do?
What a desperate face you're wearing! No, please stop. Are you trying to kill me with laughter?
That's Anastasia's line.
Your desperation is so adorable.
You! What did you do to Melty? Where is everyone else?
How strange of you to act like this. You should already be well aware by now that they are your enemies.
You?
So I'm sorry to interrupt for a second, but... Wait, a bug flew into Amelia's robe? Where's the mother? Okay.
Not to worry. Go on. Turn around and see for yourself. You should see some glimmer of hope in the darkness there.
Sakura's two sweet words slide into my ears and rattle my brain. With this strange, uncomfortable feeling, I twist my body and turn my neck to look behind me. Then... At first, I have no idea what it is. It just looks like a gathering of bugs in the corner of the room. Disgusting bugs gather at the corner of the room. It's a horrifying, repulsive spectacle, but the true horror comes a moment later. My senses beg me not to understand. My instincts shout that it shouldn't be understood, but my eyes and brain grasp what it is. But it crossed my mind, forcing me to realize what's happening. There in the corner of the room, surrounded by countless bugs, is the sight of an immobile Melty being tormented.
How does it look? For those with distinguished tastes, this is quite the mouth-watering sight. A nun covered in an infinite number of insects. Her cute face covered in tears and filth. Isn't it breathtaking?
Get them off! Get them off! Get them off! Get them off! Get them off!
Yes, yes. No need to fuss. Melty is just fine, you see. She's used to this. Maybe you should be more worried about her friend.
Sakura puts her hands together in front of her chest and I shiver at her words. I try not to think, not to look, but I'm afraid I have no choice. There, covered in bugs next to Melty, is another mound of them. Unlike Melty, who had let out a whimper, this mound doesn't budge at all.
Tiga has long stopped moving.
I swear, whoever writes the ReZero storyline is an absolute sadist. Sakura confirms my premonition, almost if she's enjoying tearing off my fingernails. Ugh. That unmoving mound covered in bugs is Tiga, or it was Tiga.
Tiga! Tiga!
It's all his fault. He forgot his place and went off on me. So I got a little riled up in punishing him. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. Melty is far more important. Knights are easily replaceable.
Everything Sakura is saying simply passes through me. Tossed against a wall and covered in bugs, Tiga doesn't move. He's completely, utterly dead. Melty, moaning next to him, is in close to the same state. And I'm about to endure the same fate.
So, Subaru, who clued you in to disrupt my plans before they even got going? Was it Margrave Mathers? A royal candidate? Don't tell me it's that half-devil. Or that maid of hers. Of course, I won't deny the possibility that you're just incredibly talented.
Don't.
Did you say something?
Hearing me mutter, Sakura slowly brings her face closer. I raise my head and glare at her.
Don't think for a second that you've won. Don't think you've won. Don't!
What? Are you joking? Don't think you've won? I can't think that? I can't think that I've won with my perfect victory? You're hilarious, Subaru! I've never seen such a sore loser in my life!
Sakura, you little...
Yes, be quiet now.
The moment Sakura snaps her fingers, a squirming insect slides into my mouth. The repulsive, slimy feeling utterly dominates me.
Do you want to vomit? Do you? Oh, but you can't. You're not allowed to. In fact, here are your seconds.
One after another, the insects slide into my mouth at Sakura's command.
I'm sorry for any trauma that anybody might endure from this scene.
From my mouth, down my throat, and into my stomach. I try to resist, but bug after bug invades me.
Very well. Out of respect for your defiance, I will not ask you anything else. In any case, nothing is left to obstruct Mother's commands. So I'll just deal with the rest in some way or another.
Did I forget to change the game title? This whole stream? I did. This is ReZero. Oh, I feel so bad for forgetting to change that. Because I'm about to end the stream. Yeah, it's not Final Fantasy VII.
Now, Subaru, your belly will soon swell. Then, pop!
Sakura's disgusting shouts fill my ears. The next moment, the bugs squirm inside my stomach. In my final moments, I hear Melty's voice call out to me from underneath the swarming bugs. Whether she's seeking
Got a
help
new chair?
or something else entirely, I don't know. And without ever finding out, I burst.
Saving!
Alright, well. That's one hell of a place to end our stream, but that's where we are concluding for the night. I'm so sorry that I forgot to correct the game for the stream. I thought I did earlier, but So it looks like we'll be in the final loop next loop 5, day 7. It's an interesting place to start. So it looks like we will conclude ReZero next Thursday. Hopefully. We'll see. I know that next Thursday we've got some stuff going on. I should still be able to stream, but it might be a tiny bit late. We'll see how it all works out. So this coming Sunday will be Final Fantasy VII Remake, probably. I don't think I'll be changing anything else. Leaving Tuesday to be more Final Fantasy VII Remake. Wednesday looks like it will be going back to since I didn't do the nightly review last night for Mortal Shell, I will probably just do Mortal Shell next Wednesday. Thursday, hopefully concluding ReZero. And if things work out, Friday night, next week on Friday, we'll try to do some Monster Hunter Rise for the release. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hang around while I go find us a raid. And have yourselves a great night.